And speaking of following rules, the rules that the
We
audience
following
should
the rule
follow
of
is
being
subscribing. Oh, it's one of our stupidest starts to stream ever. All right, what a dumb rule space.
Well, Space, nobody asked you.
Yeah. Space. What are you gonna do if I react with a shush emoji? Oh, I did the wrong. Okay, well, okay. I'm just gonna leave that. That was a misclick. I was really surprised.
Oh, geez, we're mortified this stream.
We are.
Okay, you know what? I shouldn't say this live, which is exactly why I'm gonna say this live. So, I thought of a title idea.
Yeah.
The goal. I have a way around this. No, screw. He's not gonna listen anyway. The goal is to get mortified in Sage, and maybe even destroy in the same title. Now you do it in an interesting way. You could do something like Sage mode or Sage whatever. Like the point is you get Sage and mortified both in the title.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, we'll have to figure something out with that.
Things we shouldn't do, but
well,
are absolutely going to do.
Speaking
okay,
of...
I thought of something even better, but we shouldn't do.
Well, you should write it down.
Sage the program.
Oh my god, no, we can't do. Okay, that is funny though.
It's funny, and he would hate us forever.
Yes, he would.
But no, write in pin comments anyway. Title: blank the programmer. Whoever we wanna hate that stream.
I think but I hit Virtue up on Cord. He hasn't hit me
you
up
did?
back.
Okay.
Yeah,
you finally hit him up with the cord.
Yeah, finally hit him up on the cord because of the moderate video. So I'll stop hating him, but only for that one video. I'll go back to hating him after. But he hasn't responded yet. I also hit up Sage, the other one. No Kamui, the other one. SB Sage.
Oh. Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah. So my goal, and the reason I hit him up.
Go to TSO Sage, but you meant
okay. That's okay. If we can get all four on at the same time, that's the ultimate goal right there. See, I didn't even think about that. Okay. My goal was all three on at the same time. Yours is even better.
All four Sages on at the same time for stream.
And I guess clarify thick calves, the one in your server, SB Sage, and then TSO Sage, so that we don't forget. But SB Sage is not available until next week.
I'll put in parentheses which sages. Thick calves.
Sure.
TSO Sage. SB Sage. And my server Sage.
Okay, cool. I don't think that did. Okay. So the next order of business. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see. So you are already caught up on almost everything. I'm going to catch you up all the way. And I'm going to let everyone see my screen on the stream. Okay. So the scammer responded again. So for everyone who doesn't know, we've been going back and forth with this scam guy. Hello, how are you doing?
So let's do the conversion of Bangladesh time here.
Watched your video. Exactly, that's what I was going to do live because I haven't done that yet. Your explanation is the video was excellent. Are you planning to expand in the future? I'd love to learn more. So that was the initial email we got. Oh yeah, we'd love to expand on it. You can come on the podcast to expand on it with us. And wow, thank you so much. I truly appreciate the invitation. It means a lot to be invited on the Walky Talky podcast. I'd love to expand it on it live on stream. And then YouTube SEO, he wants us to buy a $160 package of whatever his business is. Yeah, don't worry, we'll talk about it all after the podcast. At the price,
okay.
Oh, what a warm invitation. You gotta love the bold. You know, compared to like the different font of above. But yeah, you gotta love the bold.
For all we know, there's just like different guys using the same email. So like one of them is just down to be on the podcast. Like he loves our channel. The other one just cares about the SEO money.
Yeah. And they sincerely apologize that they missed it on February 17th of this month. You know, like 3 days ago-ish. So yeah, we've been going back and forth a decent amount of time. You know, he even tells me what's up messages on some days. But you know, unfortunately, Kamui, the scheduled time of 11 o'clock EST falls outside of their office working hours. So unfortunately, it won't be possible for them to join the live session. But thankfully, they've shared their office hours with me.
So 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Bangladesh time. So I've already looked it up.
Yeah, I was stalling so
you right can do that. Now. Yeah, so I was way ahead of you. So currently it is 11:25 p.m. in Eastern time, and in Bangladesh time it is 10:25 a.m. That means they are 11 hours ahead of us, which means we just have to go backwards. He is bullshitting us, I think, because well, hold on. Let's see. 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. backwards would be 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, that's normal times. Okay, hold on. 10 a.m. to why did they work overnights? If they just worked normal hours, it'd be fine. So 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. If we can just do an afternoon stream one time, that's all we need.
All right, so next time we have Blue Star on, let's remember this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I usually have Tuesdays off, so if you're ever just free in the afternoon for any amount, even 1 hour, just be like, hey, we gotta do this right now.
Interesting, good to know. Okay. To be fair, Kamui, I don't think it's a different guy. I think it's the same guy, but I think they have copy and pasted templates because yeah, in response to what hours are you available for? They send these like 3 emails. Like they didn't type all this out first of all. It's like obviously they didn't type this out. But even like I feel like this is the one that really cements the deal. Yes, payment is required before we begin work. That's clearly a message for if someone says something about starting work before payment, which I never did, but this is kind of close, so they just threw it in there. So I think that's what's happening here, is that they aren't actually writing.
Well, yeah. So what we're going for is we just want to ask questions. So we're going to talk Naruto or Boruto, whatever the video was about with him, and then we'll ask questions. We'll pretend, but we'll obviously troll when we ask these questions. It'll be like what we do best, and we'll just like slowly make it more and more obvious and see if they ever notice. And then they're like, all right, well, we'll talk it over and then we'll hit you back up.
See, part of my problem with this whole thing is it really something they can't do outside of their office hours? First of all, that just shows he doesn't want to come on. He just wants the business, and that's it. And we're not going to talk about it on podcast. So he sent the first message at 8 o'clock a.m. for my time. I don't know if that translates to his office hours, but whatever. He sends a couple other messages around.
Yeah, because 10 to 5 with their office hours.
Oh my god, bro. Okay, well, I think 3 o'clock, that's probably within the office hours. That's usually the time he sends an email, maybe 12:52 a.m., whenever that is. But, like, if you're sending emails 4 hours ago, okay, maybe it's around closing time for you. You send a couple emails 4 hours ago, that's fine. 9 hours ago, you're definitely open then. If you're sending an email 43 minutes ago, you're available now. Like, I don't want to hear it.
Be like, yeah.
Well,
how do we subtly hint towards that while making it seem like a friendly podcast invitation? Be like, I saw you just recently. So
Oh,
remember,
yeah, okay,
right?
you know the thing we were talking about with Cam Cam?
It
Was
is. Wait, hold
I
on.
noticed. uh,
Are you available? Like, are you available to chat? Like, are you available to do a short podcast right now?
right now, obviously in caps. And so we'll get back to him. We'll let him know, or let him let us know.
I mean, it's not like he's asleep right now. Presumably, it's 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. for him. He's probably awake. He's a
Hey,
businessman who works business hours.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Well, then again, I don't know. It barely works overnight. The overnight shifts for the YouTube SEO business.
You'll love to see it. I did feel like one thing we could do is we could go to comments first tab and look at a couple comments. I've done that in a little bit. We just do the comments.
Well,
So yeah, go ahead.
as an intro thing as well, I don't know if you've looked at my most recent power scaling abridged thing based off what you put in Naruto NC Hammer questions. But I did think my Baki argument is pretty good.
Oh yeah, I like sort of
So,
skimmed through that. Yeah.
okay, I'll read it for everyone. So,
Okay.
as noted by Oodie in the NC Hammer questions, you might as well go ahead and just quickly cut to that.
Sure. Okay, wrong. Yeah,
So,
okay.
I mean, you might as well reveal to me whether it's that one, because I figured if based on the follow-up one, it seems like it's related in timing, but
So,
you
Kamui,
said...
whose corpse does Kabuto think it's a shame he couldn't get a hold of?
It must be Baki, right?
You're right! It was Baki's corpse!
Just to clarify, he did mean our boy Baki, right?
Yeah.
Based
and
off
he
the timing. Okay, that's what I
specified
figured.
corpse. It's such a shame he couldn't get a hand on Baki's corpse.
Now, because Kabuto stated that it's a statement, canon in series lore, if you might say, I realized a factual truth of the matter. Now we can go to the abridged points.
By the way,
I know you guys like this.
Okay, I wrote this down because it's obviously ridiculous that he would say that, considering Baki doesn't die, which, by the way, is the reason this makes this probably stand out as one of the few actually really elite NC Hammer questions. but I think it also makes common sense at the same time, to where Hayate and Baki are dying. He says it before one of them dies. He wants them both dead. That's what he's really hinting at. And Baki doesn't die, so he doesn't get the corpse of Baki. The hypothetical corpse of Baki, I guess I should say, but you know. I think it makes sense. It's just...
But I mean,
worded that way.
Ignoring the obvious scaling interpretation I went with, you could still, if you wanted to be, that's just the most conservative person of all time, weirdly enough, you could just attribute what I say back to Konoha Crush tuning exams Kabuto, who's Kakashi level, and still say the same thing. Still applies. So, as canonically stated by Kabuto, the wise man himself, the man who's so smart, he cracked the code of the Rinnegan without even reading the Uchiha Stone Tablet. That's how smart Kabuto is here, okay? Kabuto wanted Baki for Edo Tensei, but he never went to it's supposed to be the Sand Village. I'll fix that right now. Live editing as we speak. Where is abridged?
Power scaling.
There it is. Okay.
Were you scrolling up and down trying to find it? You found the abridged one, but not the power scaling bridge.
Okay, so
we have too many rooms.
Kabuto wanted Baki for Edo Tensei, but he never went to the Sand Village to kill Baki Despite going across the entire world for millions of other Edo Tensei that he didn't even care about all that much, by the way, including sand ninja like Rasa, requiring Kabuto to go to the sand village where Baki was. Therefore, Kabuto didn't kill Baki for a specific reason, despite wanting to use him as an Edo Tensei, which would require him to kill him first. And the reason why Kabuto didn't do that is because he couldn't kill Baki, which means Baki is stronger than Kabuto, who we know has Sage Mode. You know, that thing that let him take on Edo, Itachi, and EMS at the same time? And it's not just Kabuto with Sage Mode, though. Kabuto has his entire Edo Tensei army, and he was too scared to take on Baki. That's how strong Baki is. He's not the strongest sand ninja for no reason. He's stronger than Kabuto. He's stronger than the Warg. No wonder Kishimoto didn't put him there. Baki would have soloed.
Yeah, I mean, in the
And who
Hayate...
better to protect the sand village than Baki?
In the Hayate fillers, you got Kabuto going after fresh corpses that had literally just died because of the war. This is kind of like the same idea. You could have just gone after a live
but he
Baki.
didn't dare do that to Baki.
Exactly.
I mean, he had Obito kill Torune right in front of him to make an Edo Tensei. Didn't do it to Baki.
Yeah, by the way, the Torine episodes are the next episodes that I watch in the series. I finished the Yota episodes tonight, since we just got done talking about it.
Yeah, honestly, I did not remember when exactly Yota was in terms of the order of fillers.
Bro, Yota might be so far the best war arc fillers of them all. Like, I remember liking the Yugao Hayate ones the most. I do still think that's probably the ones that probably should be the canon the most, but the Yota ones are just so good, bro. I appreciate them so much.
I will be very interested to see which of the war fillers I like best. Like, I mean, we're gonna do the tier list of all filler things in general, but when exactly does Mecha Naruto come up?
Oh, that's not till way later. That's
okay. That is way later.
Okay, funny. Okay, funny. I was about to say, oh, that's not till the war arc, but then I realized.
That's funny. But this is important though. Remember, Baki is this strong. Who's Baki's eternal rival? That's right, Genma. Genma is stronger than Sage Kabuto and the entire Edo Tensei army as well.
I mean,
he's not the best in the leaf, but the best in the leaf versus the best in the sand. I mean, what can you say, right?
There's a reason.
Genma's better than the Hokage. The Tsunade is part of the leaf. Genma's the best.
There's a reason Kishimoto had Genma teleport away from the 5 Kage versus Madara fight.
Exactly, because he wouldn't be in Madara.
Okay.
Now we know what's going in the rewrite.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I love how, like, I can't besides Kimimaro, and like for me, like Obito and Pain as well, and like other characters, I can't decide. Between Orochimaru, Kabuto, Baki, and Genma, like who's our favorite?
Mizumi,
like,
Yoroi.
Who else do we need?
Dosu.
The list. Like, who else? Who's like in our like top rewrite people?
The sound for Mizuki.
Yeah, exactly. Like who? Like what is the ranking? The
technically, Yamato and Sai are probably really high up there for the amount of times we changed them by excluding them, replacing them with someone else.
By replacing them with Onko.
Yeah, or anyone else.
I can't tell you how many times I've said I just replaced Onko with Yamato. Honestly though, like, all right, let's just do the tally. Okay, so Kimimaro. I'll count my fingers. Kimimaro. This is no order. Kimimaro. Okay, just the sound 5 on one hand.
Sure.
Orochimaru, Kabuto, Baki, Mizuki, Genma. That's 10 right there. Is there anyone else I'm forgetting off the top of my head? Zetsu 11. Is that like the top 11?
What about Mizumi and Yoroi?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Dosu, Yomura, and Musubi. That's 14. You can say Yamato for 15, maybe.
Technically,
Or
we rewrite
Alkai. It's kind of a
Itachi a lot,
tie. I gotta go hand in hand with that one.
Yeah, I think Itachi counts because we do Orochimaru a lot.
That's true. Because okay, you know what? I'm glad you're saying that. We are gonna start with a Naruto topic. I'm sorry because Okay, so we have to go over this one.
Okay.
Well, actually, real quick. Speaking of Baki, conveniently wrote this independent of what you said, but Baki is the only Sand Ninja to not lose a fight in the Chunin exam / Konoha Crush. So a little fun fact for you. I think did I put that in Nancy Hammer? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. He just doesn't. He doesn't lose any fights.
I mean,
Gaara did. Tamari did. Kakuro did. Rasa did. Every other Sand Ninja in Konoha Crush. I mean, literally, Baki's the only one in Konoha Crush who didn't lose. I had Kabuto, I guess.
If you counted, he tied against Kakashi.
That's like, well, you could say Kabuto lost in terms of the Genjutsu because everyone broke it, but not everyone broke it, so I'll say he died.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Baki and Kabuto, the top dogs, the Konoha Crush.
Oh,
well,
actually,
you know,
okay,
Kiyamaru didn't lose either.
Kabuto lost to Dosu. Baki's the only one.
He did lose to Dosu. Okay, so now the Orochimaru one. It's just scroll up a little bit to where it says, "Okay, this is funny." It's pretty long. It's right below that tier list of Sage's tier list. It's like right below that when you see the image. Okay, there you are. Scroll. Okay.
Wi-Fi back on. Welcome back, me. Kamui.
Well,
and I'm back.
I don't know if that is the Sauron in chat, but they have questions about Mortified.
Well, they must.
It looks like we're currently still live. I just can't hear you.
SMH. What does this even mean?
But it seems that based off what you're doing, you can hear me.
Yes.
Because you just went to chat and looked at that.
Yes. Yes. Interesting. Okay.
It's not picking up your mic.
This is the easiest way. And of course it's connecting and not connected, because why would it be? Am I right? Exactly. TLS is connecting. Well, why don't you connect faster, you stinking DTLS? You know, screw, I'm going to open StreamYards just in case it doesn't want to load. If it's gonna be stupid. And while we're waiting, I wonder how Sauron is. These messages were 20 minutes ago. You're not listening anymore, but it was fun for the time you were. You sent this all within the span of a minute. Shout out Sauron. Oh, well, I'm on the stage. I can hear you, Kamui. Yeah, I can hear me too. Well, okay, well that didn't make sense, but you know. Looks like a humanoid MLB character. Well, I mean, whatever, Discord. It's cool too, I guess. I'll try it one more time. Oh, voice connected?
Oh,
there we go. Okay.
Okay. I guess we don't need to stream your.
Oh, so you were listening. Okay. Let's look at you.
Well, I wasn't listening. I was watching on the stream, 30 seconds delayed, figuring it out.
Well, in about 30 seconds, you'll catch up to being normal. Okay. To be fair, if the Wi-Fi does go out and kick us off stream,
since I never heard your response. Getting away from that.
Well,
that's what you were trying to say.
We could go to the comments first tab.
I know.
You know, the thing we were gonna start with.
How this has been.
So Strider, I know, Strider Hiryu 850 says, if it's not a 3 out of 10, then it's not the Ikimoto way. And I think this is too good to not. We got to start saying this, Kamui. Got to start saying this. This is too good. I'm gonna copy this. Where should I'm gonna put this in memes. I'm gonna put this in memes. It's too good to not keep.
Out of curiosity, so have you formally invited him onto the podcast yet?
You mean
He's clearly earned his place.
Strider? I have not. I can go do it right now.
The one who said that.
Let me do it. Well, to be fair, it's Strider. They've been here for a while. I recognize their name. Come on the podcast, says Kamui. There you go. That's stupid. Okay.
Really likes your comment.
Let's double check on the Interesting. So Malisa has not responded yet. I guess they didn't want to come on tonight so far. I noticed it's so funny.
You know, business hours.
Back to comments first. Go on, since it's awesome. We'll do this one. Who should have brought back roof tile shuriken? Well, Recon Raikage 4297 says, people be trying to tell me Naruto scales way harder than JJK when top tier MFs be throwing roof shingles at each other. Skull emoji. Yeah, I thought that was
We've
funny.
already been over that comment, actually.
Oh, dang. Well, I must have done it when we went to the comment section, and I thought it was funny.
Over it in the poll.
Okay, moving on. Okay, did I go over this one as well? Who should have brought back rooftop shot sugar? Jordan Kramer 93. Naruto should have had more clone techniques. Shadow clone explosion and shuriken shadow clone jutsu. What a waste of potential.
You did not go over that one. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Shuriken shadow clone jutsu is obvious because it's Naruto. So I agree at least on that one. And for those that are stupid, we're not talking about transformation jutsu like you did against Zabuza with the Sasuke Naruto tag team when they're saving Kakashi moment. We're talking about Hiruzen's shuriken shadow clone jutsu that he does. Yeah. But shadow clone explosion would be cool.
You're gonna laugh.
Yeah.
Ignoring shadow clone explosion for a moment. What if I told you Naruto has done the shuriken shadow clone jutsu?
Well, I'm definitely interested to think about when you're thinking.
Do you have any guesses?
Well, obviously I have some guesses. Of course I do. So I'm going to guess it's not from a movie, since you haven't seen them. And I also rewatched them. Likewise, I don't think it was in Boruto.
You just can't. It is manga canon.
Manga canon. Interesting.
It's in Naruto.
So that's narrowing it down, since filler was going to be the next option I was going to go over, but you saved me the time there. So it's not that. Okay, so it's manga canon. So the question is...
We have absolutely...
I know what you're doing.
Have definitely...
Okay.
This jutsu.
Okay, I know what you're doing. It's not the Shadow Shuriken Jutsu, but it effectively is. It's Naruto's Ninja Handbook.
What?
Yeah, it is.
Well,
I know that's what you're
thinking. Can you be more specific?
The one that he does against Gaara, that you said that if he did it against Sasuke, then he would just insta-win.
What's the jutsu called though, Oodie?
Is this everywhere Shuriken? Everywhere Shuriken? Yeah, it is everywhere Shuriken. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But to be fair, it's not just effectively Shuriken Shadow Clone Jutsu. I mean, fundamentally, he is shadow cloned of those shuriken.
You're not wrong.
It's the shuriken shadow clone jutsu.
Technically, it's not the everywhere shuriken jutsu, but he also does this versus Neji, makes a couple shadow clones, and then grabs like a shuriken out of his back pocket, and all the clones throw it, or whatever. Or at least get ready to throw it. I forget if they throw it or not, but they do it.
That's the somewhere shuriken. The somewhere shuriken jutsu.
Love it. But the explosion clones, I'm so down for. Would you have this before he learns Rasengan even?
I mean,
freaking cool.
Honestly, if Naruto learned Itachi's exploding shadow clones,
I know.
no, frankly, Naruto doesn't even learn. We don't know how Itachi does it. We don't know if it's fire style or what he does, but Naruto doesn't need any of that. All he needs is to bring one paper bomb with him that gets shadow cloned like his shuriken.
I know.
And then just
Naruto,
bomb,
the problem is exactly, but Naruto would never do that. That's just not his fighting style. It'd be so cool, but he would never do that.
It's literally like tandem paper bombs.
I know.
If Naruto makes 1,000 shadow clones who does that, he is beating most opponents.
So
Sasuke is getting all of his bones broken.
Obviously, I want to leave in the 1,000 years of death, but that could have been an exploding shadow clone. Just a possibility. Another possibility is,
I mean,
all of those
Naruto,
clones.
okay, so this doesn't make sense to have Kakashi mention the 1 year of death, but if Kakashi did that, Naruto could have created the 1,000 years of death via the clones. But
Dude,
he still has the opportunity to do the 1,000,000 years of death by doing 1,000 years of death.
You could do that as well. That would be funny. I don't even think it needs to be called 1 year of death. I think if Kakashi just called the jutsu Year of Death, that would just be cool. It would just be fine. No one would complain.
Yeah, I do like the 1,000 years of death, and Naruto makes it the 1,000,000 years of death.
That's stupider, but I still like it.
So absurd.
But I do think.
Well, I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll say this while you're gone. I think it'd be ridiculous. This probably is stupid to imagine. But instead of Naruto just headbutting Gaara and all of Shukaku just breaking away, just all of it. Instead of that, Naruto just uses this like 2,000 clones or whatever just to like grab onto like every inch of Shukaku and then blow him up. You could just do that. Now that Sasuke would be really impressed with Naruto. Now, that would be cool. Another possibility, which is ridiculous, Naruto could have used his like exploding shadow clones instead of kicking for the Uzumaki barrage. Just the clone goes up to the people and explodes them upwards into the air.
But yeah, that's the thing, because versus Gaara is the time where he kind of can do that because Gaara has sand defense, and so we don't have to necessarily have him die. Because Gaara's sand's been tanking explosions since day one anyway. Literally, that's what Yashimaru tries to do to a 3-year-old Gaara there. So that's like the time you can do it. You'd say, why doesn't he ever use it again? But that aside, he can still use it here. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Plus, he has the paper bombs with him in his fights, so there you go.
What do you think of my replacement for the Uzumaki barrage? Instead of the punching kicks, it's exploding clones, exploding them up in the air.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Well,
you just talked about the
Gaara.
Gaara
Hear
one.
what I said about that?
Well, you just talked. That was all about the Gaara one, was it not?
Are you talking about like versus Kiba?
I'm just talking about any Uzumaki barrage.
Well, it's only Kiba or Gaara.
Or Sasuke.
I just assumed you meant Gaara. If you meant Kiba, oh god.
Honestly, he should have done. Okay, that's hilarious.
Just hype Kiba up that he tanked that shit.
Okay, maybe he could do it normally against Kiba, and then he could develop the exploding one later on. If he does, I think he should have done this against Kimimaro. That would have been cool. Kimimaro blocks with his bones, but it would have been freaking cool.
Yes, dude. It just doesn't fade. Yeah. So it beats that Shukaku transfer guard. So he goes on to make the big Shukaku after, but like it wins that fight, and then he tries it on Kimimaro, obviously, and it just doesn't work.
Yes, bro. I'm so down.
And it's not that it's Ninetales exploding Shadow Clones. And Kimimara's just taking them all out anyway. He's running straight into that explosion, taking him out just because he can.
Bro, this would be so cool because Kimimaro could use like everything at his arsenal to make the clones explode into one another, like his finger projectiles. He could basically be doing, like what Madara does with the dude that throws the kunai exploding tag at him. Madara catches the kunai, plays the tag to someone else. Yeah, bro, he could be doing stuff like that.
The OG for that. Because the Naruto's just using the paper bomb trick anyway. There's a few things you could do. One is he just tanks all the explode. You just have Naruto do the kamikaze barrage and it just doesn't work. That's one option. Option 2 is Naruto's trying to explode him. Kimimaro takes out the entire army before Naruto can even explode himself. Option 3 is he's doing the like a few at a time thing, and Kimimaro is doing the stuff like he takes a paper bomb off the kunai and throws it at another one and stuff like that. It depends on how you want the fight to be, because the third one's probably the coolest for entertainment value, but the other ones are more like oh shit, this guy's strong. So
since we're halfway there anyways, if we're having Naruto making so many explosions in the Kimimaro fight, one of them should make a crater in the ground. One of the Naruto should go underground to try and do the uppercut thing like he did against Neji, and Kimimaro's gonna block it in some kind of cool way.
Yeah, he just does a cool bone block.
Just to make it clear.
Also, if you want to say, why does this Naruto just beat Sasuke with this? Well, one, he doesn't want to kill him. But ignoring that, I got the simplest solution for you. Naruto used up all his paper bombs on Kimimaro. Used every single one.
I like that.
Don't have them. Can't use it for Sasuke now.
One more really cool idea I had is Naruto uses his clones to maneuver in like midair. He could just use this to maneuver even quicker / better. That could be so freaking cool, bro. He'd be like Might Guy summoning his turtle and jumping off of it. Like, he's already kind of doing that with his clones, so like jumping off his clones back or like throwing himself with his clones in midair. If he's freaking exploding off of the clones, bro, that's so freaking wicked. And like, especially if you're doing like Naruto's lasso shadow clone technique and those clones like explode to get extra speed or something crazy.
It's like, the Boruto stream.
Yes,
but like the OG version, it's an explosion.
Yes, that's so perfect. I love that.
Okay, it all turned. Okay, this is the funniest one. It's the most ridiculous, but the funniest one. You know when Kakashi does the 1,000 years of death that flings Naruto? So that's Naruto's version of the Boruto stream. He just 1,000 years of death, his own clone. It just sends it flying.
That's so stupid. Oh.
So that's the perfect segue to you were mentioning the Gaara Shukaku cracking thing. So I was imagining two ridiculous things. One is he has like 1,000 clones there, and they're all doing the headbutt on Shukaku just like the original. The alternative is they're all doing 1,000 years of death. Including the original.
Oh my god.
No wonder Gaara was speechless after. It said, "Stay away." Now, okay, when Naruto's doing the chin crawl, his hands are in the 1,000 years of death. His That's why Gaara's freaking out. He knows what's coming next.
Naruto's chin crawling over to Gaara, but he has a paper bomb strapped to his chin. That's why Gaara's saying to stay away.
Naruto's risking it all for this one.
Yeah, the friction's like, it's like a 50-50 chance if it's going to go off or not. Oh my god, I thought of another stupid one. Okay, this is a really stupid one. Maybe Naruto can learn this from Deidara. Naruto makes shadow clones to be landmines.
Oh my god. So OP.
It's so stupid. I love it, bro.
That's actually insane, bro.
It's so funny.
Actually, okay, not exactly the same thing, I was thinking about Orochimaru doing this, but I actually think Setsu's the best person for this. Because, Orochimaru and Setsu have their underground jutsu.
Mm.
So these aren't going to be landmines, but Setsu, I'm thinking some Mario game traps that the piranha plant traps. Like Setsu, unironically, he can just spawn clones out of the ground anyway. He should just have them underground. They don't come out immediately, and they all have the Venus flytrap, and they just come up and Venus flytrap catch people. That would actually be really cool for him to do in fights, especially with the Wark, the army. They just kind of come out of the ground, Venus flytrap, pull you back down. And they're where did they go? And Setsu just eats them.
I mean, if that's actually using his Venus flytrap, I'm down. I don't care how it's being used, I'm down. And that's the coolest way I can think.
That's what I'm saying. No, literally, it's a one shot. He grabs you, you're done. You just get dissolved or something. You gotta have some third Raikage durability to get out of Setsu's Venus.
See, what I was thinking is it's gonna be a shark.
The other Setsu can do the wood style deforced emergence.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'll do this first. So one Setsu can do the deep force emergence. He catches your ankle. Uh-oh, got your nose. And then the other ones come out of the ground and eat you. It's so cool.
That was ridiculous. I was thinking the
trying to dodge deep force emergence. Oh no, Setsu came out of the ground. It's basically like Kisame shark. You mentioned sharks. It's like a shark coming out of the water and eating you.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, see, what I was thinking is it would be like that, except Zetsu would then go back into the ground, just fuse with the ground or whatever, and bring the person with them. He could bring those living sacrifices to Kabuto Furetto Tensei bodies. That's how you could do it.
Oh, he could do that. That could be cool too.
Oh, that'd be ridiculous.
There's so many variations of what you could do, but either way, I love this Zetsu fighting move. He's got the main one doing its big wood style distractions and whatnot, and spore jutsus, and then the ones below the ground, they're the Zetsu Venus flytrap landmines that just come out of the ground and eat you.
I think I could forgive Neji being captured if it was like this.
Oh, exactly, bro. I understand it's a Byakuya to go, but at least this one's just a sudden random thing. Especially if he's being overwhelmed by a deep forest emergence that he's using Gentle Fist to cut Kitamara's webs, basically. And then out comes Venus Flytrap Setsu. There, we fixed so many things. We fixed so many things today. All unplanned.
And we haven't even got to Boruto.
Should we segue to that now?
We should, but Hangus did say he has something funny to say, and my curiosity is piqued.
Oh, good.
Let's hear how funny it is.
If you pull that comment up from before.
Well, I'll do my best by doing this.
Jesus, man. Why don't you just keep it? Okay, anyways. So, if you guys read the last line.
Well, if we did, then what would happen?
Yeah. What a waste of potential. Do you notice something?
Well, I am now noticing something. Indeed.
Yes, it's the wrong
way.
WASTE. Yeah.
Well, maybe Kimimaro could use his wasted potential.
The snatched waste jutsu, yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, there's a different thing that I want to say as well, which is for Naruto's quote-unquote Venus flytrap jutsu, a much easier way to, or a much better name for it would be the aloe vera jutsu, because it's inspired by Zetsu, and he called Zetsu aloe vera. So.
Well, if we're doing that, then I want some of the Zetsus to get sunburned.
No, well, actually,
no, he's aloe vera. He prevents the sunburn.
Zetsu can turn into aloe vera to heal people.
He is the aloe vera.
Oh, that'd be funny. If that's the explanation for how he heals from the Nine Tails burns when he absorbs the Nine Tails from Minato.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That'd be very stupid.
Aloe vera it's soothing,
Anyways, we can move on to whatever else you had planned, I guess.
I feel like we should do Boruto because we have a lot of passionate things to say. But I'm not
What?
gonna lie, Naruto
Oh,
rewrites
like
is the most fun thing we do. Or the Naruto makes no sense, and Naruto rewrites are just by far my favorite things.
Yeah, but
by the way,
oh yeah, go
Or
ahead.
NC Hammer questions, obviously.
just to let you
They're all
know,
my favorite.
well, actually, I wanted to say something else. Kamui said Boruto's Boruto stream, and I was like, if you just say Boruto stream, we know it's Boruto he's using it. Like, who else is using Boruto stream? I guess technically all of Team 7 did in that one cool episode in their first mission. I guess that was like a combination jutsu.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember
Although
that?
he does it by himself a million times too.
I
Yeah, he
mean,
uses it by himself. Yeah.
he uses Gale style to do it, and I have a very simple rewrite for you. Just
Well, he
change.
doesn't use Gale style, he uses Gale palm.
Just
Yeah,
change
twin style
Gale
Gale.
everything to Galel, and I love it. Perfect 10 out of 10. I can't
No.
I can't get over myself with how good and cool Galel is. Shout out movie too.
I
You
haven't
know,
seen
here's
the
a
movie
theory,
yet,
right?
so
It's
I can't
green,
say.
and it's like the
all
same
Shinjutsu
thing,
are
and it
actually
just
Galal.
works. It really shows how much Boruto is
It's
a
just so
genius.
cool. The coolest
It is. Exactly.
thing.
Okay.
That one guy, the blonde guy in the movie, he's the main
Temujin.
character of the movie. He's so cool.
Well,
He's
the
the
main
coolest
character is a
guy.
blonde guy,
What's his
but he's
name?
not
Well, no, Obito's the
Temujin.
coolest guy.
Temujin?
Yes.
Is that his name? Why do I forget his name? Wait, he's named after Genghis Khan?
Maybe. Well, his name's not Genghis Kong,
Yes, if you
so
look up
no.
no, Genghis Khan's original name was Temujin. I swear to God, look it up right now. I'm
Was
finding this
Genghis
out right
Kong
now.
a nickname?
Look up, like, if you look up Temujin.
Who gives himself a last name
Yeah, I guess it was,
nickname?
no, it was
Well,
Temujin
I
Khan
mean,
and James Bond.
Snoop Dogg. His first name's Snoop, last name's Dogg.
You got me there.
Yeah, exactly. Temujin is the
Genghis
first
was
name
doing it before it was cool.
Mongolian. It even lists that intro here. Check this out. It's his birth name. It's like because nobles would always change their names and give
I mean,
themselves
it's funny if
give
that's
themselves
true
narrative names.
because it's the movie too is going
is
over
true.
like Naruto lore
Look it up.
history stuff of the distant past and doing like
Look it up.
Egyptian like hieroglyphics or whatever. I still can't believe I still can't say that word all these
Egyptian
years later.
hieroglyphics.
But yeah, those things.
Hieroglyphics. Think
Yeah,
it's
that
so?
thing. Yeah,
Oh,
that one.
click
Yeah.
like
Yeah, the
Always check
hyro
chat.
word. Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, anyway.
But
it
getting
is real.
Boruto. Wow, I believe.
Yeah, I definitely probably led the way in the Naruto topic, so I'm gonna let you do a few of yours first.
Okay. First order of business is I'm going to go to the most literal recent Boruto topic just because I literally just watched this episode. There's literally never a better time than right now. I just have to figure out Edo Hayate.
Is this something I can walk
episode.
away from for a minute?
For a
or am I gonna
minute.
need to be here right now?
You'll need to see it in a minute,
Yeah,
but for
only
a minute
for
you
1
can.
minute. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm not as much. Okay, probably 307.
So what's going on?
Well, you'll see just a second. And is it the first episode or second?
Mm,
Oh, I didn't write it. Oh, I did. Okay, I did episode 1. Okay, I don't actually know if this is the first episode or not, but... Okay, it is. Okay, yeah. So it's gonna be over here. It's gonna be... this guy. Yeah. Right around here. A little bit further. And okay, right
okay.
here. Boom. Right there. Yeah. Got
That-
it. Perfect.
He's wearing Naruto's face paint from episode 1.
I guess I'll just leave the audio
Remember?
on as well. This guy's freaking cool.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Okay.
I'm hearing out of
I don't know,
luck.
I don't know if Oodie hears me.
I do.
Oodie, do you hear me?
It's been in a. I don't know. I can't
Okay.
tell.
Oh my
I was
god.
saying that he's wearing Naruto's face paint from episode 1 or 2. That guy.
Kinda, yeah.
Who's this clown?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, this clown
Nice, yeah.
is our podcast topic, Kamui, and I'd appreciate if you treat it with a little bit more respect. So, getting to the topic here,
yeah.
you really like that one, jeez. Didn't even think it was that fun.
I did like that one.
So this is a Edo Sand Ninja, to be specific, is who this guy is. And here's the non-Edo
This clown.
Shinobi Alliance guys. So, how the Edo Sand Ninja acts when stabbed by everyone in Hayate episode 1. And we'll just go watch it really quick. Oh, you stabbed! Let me just do this so it's I'll also unmute it. Oh, you can't hear. Okay, let me also just share the audio with you guys. God,
Yeah.
I hate this. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna go back so you can
This is
hear
supposed
it
to go.
in all its full glory. First, I'm gonna let it play out a second. Okay. From here onward, so it's like only 2 seconds of audio instead of 3 for 0 copyright.
Giant Jiraiya.
Just kidding.
I also wears that face paint.
Okay, so
In
No,
the-
it's basically Deepa.
in an
so it is
outro.
basically
In
Deepa,
an
but
outro.
I
In an Almaki sketch.
I don't think it's basically Deepa, because these guys stab him. Listen to how he, like, is... Look at his face. So here's my thing, Kamui. He says he's just kidding. I don't think he was, in fact, just kidding. This is, in my opinion, how I expected the Shinju in Boruto to, quote-unquote, feel pain. It's more of like a phantom pain, or like if you have like a ghost limb or whatever. You know, like the hammer game
A
where if
phantom
you
pain.
the hammer thing, if you like change your hand with the rubber hand to like trick your brain, and then someone smashes it with a hammer, you'll like feel it, but it's not really your hand, so you don't actually feel it. That's kind of
Now
what
I know what you were talking about when you said the hammer game at first. I'm like, what are you talking about?
yeah. So that's what I think is happening to this guy, and that's what I think is probably happening to the Shinju, like Hidari when Sarada used Chidori's stream on him or whatever, to where it's like, oh my god, oh wait, I don't actually feel pain. My body, it doesn't actually matter. Because I can imagine it being similar to that. So rather than Deepa, who just was trolling, I don't think this guy was trolling. I think he realized it in the moment, because the other guy, like next episode, funny enough, next episode when the other guy who's here as well, the freaking coolest guy of all time, this dude, freaking, okay, watch this dude, by the way. See, I am still sure. Okay, this dude goes freaking ham on this sequence. Watch this guy, bro. Look at it, freaking Madara over here. Freaking look at the Mickey doing shit. Oh my god.
Okay. Hold on. I
Oh,
just
freaking
walked
bird
away.
face over here is the
Let's take
coolest
it
guy
easy.
of all
Don't hold
time.
back. Please do not show anything cool again. All right, rewind it so I can see it. I'll
Okay,
play
so you're
again.
good,
Don't
you're
do anything
good.
cool again.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
good.
Oh, it's the bird guy.
It's this guy. Yeah, you looking at this guy?
Yeah, bird guy.
Just freaking kunai stab to the neck.
No.
Twist around, kick, down, freaking twist his neck. And then he lands.
The kilowatt head turn.
Yes, bro. We're gonna watch it again just because it's not freaking good, bro. Look at all his freaking full glory, bro. He's killing like 5 people, like 2 with a kunai to the face. He like
is this
kicked
dude?
3 people. Twisted. He's freaking Madara's brother, bro.
Who
He
is
has
this
to be.
man?
That's easy enough.
He did all that in
Yes, he did.
midair before landing with a freaking couple twists in there. Oh my god. Just 1v5 to these people as an Edo Tensei nerf,
Oh.
by the way. How did this guy even freaking die in the first place? Jesus. But ignoring that, this guy says next episode, because they get ambushed and they get exploded immediately. And then next episode, this guy realizes that his body's like immortal and like reheals or whatever. And that's when he was realizing it. So if he's realizing it in the freaking next episode, then this dude isn't freaking realizing it. He just realized it for the first time here, but he didn't know it beforehand because it's the first time he's being hurt ever since coming back to life. So
Yeah,
I
feel like
think
this works really well for the Edo Tensei.
yes.
For the Shinju, I think you would have to play into the like an instinctual chakra memory thing to where they expect to feel pain but actually don't, would be how you have to.
Yeah, how they remember
The
pain.
phantom pain.
Yeah, it could also be similar to technically in a way. I don't know if it'd
Phantom
be the
pain?
exact same. Yeah, Phantom Pain. I don't know if it'd be the exact same since Naruto his body's just unscathed entirely in the first place, but you could just have it be similar as well to like when Naruto first gets Sage Mode, falls off the pillar onto the spiky rocks, and he's fine. But he was expecting it to hurt.
Yeah.
And he like realizes after the fact, after already like wincing in pain, that oh, I'm not actually in pain. So you could have it like that. But that's how I expected the Shinju to be. And it wasn't really like that, actually, I don't think. I know, it's still confusing. Who knows?
I until they say otherwise, I'm gonna assume it's not like that, but I definitely see why it's confusing.
Yes.
Until they say
I know I like the
We're
about it,
gonna
but it's
say
the
otherwise.
clumsiest looking thing ever.
Yeah, we still don't even know if they're freaking coughing up blood or syrup.
I assume it's blood.
Well, you assume.
And you know in the abridged, someone's okay. Real quick, write this down for me. In the abridged, when Ryu or anyone for that matter pops up,
There it is.
whatever,
Any question?
someone's gonna rush to like collect the syrup and be like someone just like Orion just runs up with a cup, and then they're like, Orion, what are you doing? He's like, well, it's maple syrup. You gotta see. It's
Right, really.
But they're like, yeah, the sand economy is still not good.
Oh, because they're trees. That's so funny. Because they're trees.
Yeah.
Wine tree syrup. Yummy.
There you go.
It sounds yummers.
So Kamui, you have a very, very long Boruto topic. I don't know if you want to do that, or if you want to just do like a other Boruto topics, or it's up to you.
Definitely not right now while I'm posting. So
okay, well,
unless you want to read it for me.
No.
To do a different one.
Okay. Oh my god, we wrote all of this today. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, Kamui's favorite person of all time, Mozone, had a theory on Boruto. So, let's check out Mozone's theory, shall we? War Chove Mozone. We had him on the podcast the other day. After Kamui got back from the hospital.
And I would react, I guess.
We have him on the podcast for this topic.
Yeah, actually, we could save it for that. Yeah, we'll save it for that. Okay, we'll go to a different topic then.
Fine then.
Oh my god. Okay, you didn't react to this. I'm assuming you saw this. I looked up because I thought this would be funny, especially after Saladin Bolt's translation things. How much does your IQ drop when drunk? So remember, he's at 200 currently. 10 times the amount that Koji said. He'd be animalistic. Like fighting a wild animal, operating on instinct.
By the way, can I just say, Hot Boy server, okay, bro. I see you.
Oh, absolutely. But
moving on.
Let's keep in mind, each individual clone, not starting at 20, like capping out at 20 to 30 of how far it really needs to go. Each individual clone. So that means with one clone. So there's two Mamushis. That's a sharp, dramatic decrease in intelligence. So we're at 200. So with that in mind, how much do you think being drunk decreases your IQ points by? Kamui, do you want to take a guess?
Oh, I can take a guess.
I need to know Is it in terms of just straight up IQ points?
Yeah, just IQ points. And this is just going with the average of 200 or whatever it was, 100 of 100.
Average IQ
I was
100.
originally inclined to say 30. I'm gonna say 20 to 30, just like Koji's thing. I'm gonna go with.
I
Like
will
20 to
also say
30
20 to
points of
30%.
decrease. So like their IQ from 100 down to like
Yeah.
80. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't
So I'm
don't
gonna say
know
20 to
how
30%.
drunk. It probably the IQ decreases the more drunk you are, is my guess. But we'll just assume average drunkenness since it's average IQ rounded to like 100. So with average
That's what's
drunkenness,
here.
Yeah.
Kamui's gonna guess 20. Angus, what did you have for a guess?
20%, 20 to 30%.
20. Okay. So keeping in mind that Saladin Bowl's confirmed canonically, officially in the raw Japanese, the original source material, as canon as it gets, Mamushi is talking drunkly. Now that's not drunkly. That's not to say Mamushi
Drunky?
is drunk, but that his IQ resembles being drunk. So it's probably pretty similar to this. So what if I told you?
So he's in like a drunken stupor.
Exactly. So what if I told you, down from the average of, let's say, about 100 IQ points, the average drunk person's IQ points decreases to about 95. So it goes down 4 to 5%. So, for the record, what this means, what this tells us,
I thought.
with 200 Mamushi clones, Mamushi is operating at like 96% intelligence.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do the
really
math to see how many clones,
100%.
you know, assuming like a linear increase, how many clones does Mamushi need for 100% decrease in intelligence? So 100 divided by 4 is 25.
25 times 200.
Yeah, okay, times 200.
Which is like
5,000 Mamushi clones is needed to get down to 0%. And that's being conservative with the 5 points rather than the 4 points.
Well, he seems to be dropping a lot faster than that, though. Right?
No.
Like, he's already at the point where he's, like, arguing with himself and shit like that. And
yeah, so drunk.
Whatnot.
So a 4% drop.
So 95% intelligence.
Just so we're all on the same page.
Okay, well, fair. I guess it would be so.
So I really wish Fabrino gave a number. But now we have a number.
Oh my god, I know.
You know?
We're at least going to take a screenshot of this.
What is... I don't know what the official translation says. What page was that?
It's totally fine. Totally acceptable.
Yeah, that it was his theory that it was going to happen.
What page was the drunken...
It's whenever he's arguing with himself, whenever he does the fire style to like burn himself, and then Sarada does this Mangekyo. I think it's actually throughout the latest chapter.
Okay.
Is what Saladabolt said for the most part.
It's like his drum solo, they've become an irrational mob. Okay, so she just calls him an irrational mob in the official translation.
Just like a drunk person.
Well, actually, no, Oodie.
Yes.
I don't. Did you pick up something? So when Mamushi makes 200 of himself, he becomes a standard Ikimoto villain.
I love it.
Put it in chat.
Sure. And there it is. Intellect has dropped so low, they become an irrational mob. So yeah, there you go.
It only took also, check out my previous. You gotta check out my previous thing that I sent in chat.
Oh, this, yeah, the Phantom Pain.
I can't see right now, so
yeah. The Phantom Pain, yeah, because Metal Gear Solid 5.
Shout out that guy.
Yes. That's Venom Snake. Well, punished Venom Snake.
Yeah.
Screaming in agony because of the pain. The real pain, not the phantom pain. The natural pain in the video game. Which means it is fake. But it's real.
Well, not that we would know. But shout out Angus
actually, real
who
quick,
oh yeah.
well,
Go
shout
ahead.
them out real quick first, I guess. Well, do you want to do your shout out first?
Oh. No.
Okay.
I'm going to steamroll.
Can you go back to the 20 to 30 scene where you mentions that for a second? This would be chapter 27, I believe.
Oh, then it's not going to be on Viz or Manga Plus
Nobody's
anymore. So no, I can't.
Okay. I will do that in a minute then, but
Chapter
the
27?
reason why is because
Go for it,
I want to
Angus.
double check just to be absolutely certain. But I believe, obviously, the point is they need 20 to 30, so they need to do. But the point of what they need to do is they need Mamu to be dumb enough to block after, they need to be a herd of Mamuchis that follow the piece of candy trail that they do. They want to herd them all into one place. So 20 to 30 is going to make them do exactly what they're doing right now at 200. Meaning Mamushi wasn't doing the piece of candy hurt trick that Koji said he would do at 20 to 30.
By the way.
He wasn't doing that at 100. He's doing it at 200.
Yeah.
I'll post it in chat in a second.
Okay. And something I forgot to say last night. Shikamaru's last resort, there's one more problem with it. So we're going to the last resort already. So what happened to the first resort and like all the other resorts in between? Why are we jumping to the last resort? Usually when that happens, first of all, the audience usually knows about it. Second of all, it's usually understood by the audience.
Actually, yeah, usually you know about the last.
Yeah, but it's usually also understood why the plan failed in the first place. Who didn't do their job here? What happened to get it to such a high number to where this is needed? Where did something fall apart? Where did it go wrong?
It's usually also something bad.
Yeah, like Shikamaru's like just casual
leading
about
him to Daemon, really not much of a last resort.
Exactly. It's really not like I don't understand why it wasn't the first resort. Being honest.
Exactly. It's not
he literally says that too.
Also, if this is the case, so
it's like you should.
This is another good point. Actually, no. This is a problem. This is a problem. This is more of a problem. So they're at 200 Mamushis.
Yeah, I don't think they've been destroying their eyes consistently.
They're at 200 Mamushis, and the Mamushis aren't gathering together. Koji said they were going to do that by themselves. Shikamaru's plan to gather them together, to herd them up, is to tell them where Ada is. That doesn't matter how many Mamushis there are. So they're just not going to herd up. That's just not going to happen at all. At all. So then why wait?
Well,
if anything,
I mean, they are like in groups, but they're only in groups because they spawned in those groups. Like they all came out of the one Mamushi that was there. They're not hurting, they're just not unhurting.
Their plan only made things worse. There was like 6 Mamushis. If you just instantly send them to Ada, they'll just kill them all. And I know that's technically...
You're right, yeah, that if that was the first resort, they literally have an easier time.
Exactly. They've only made things worse. From the get-go, Boruto attacking Mamushi made things worse. To be fair, not
Why
really.
Why don't they just let Mamushi kill himself and dwindle his numbers down, start bodying more, and then tell him where Ada is?
So the problem with this, and it's still a problem, is because they say that they need to let them to reach 20 to 30 first so that they'll naturally herd together. Because if there's one left around, the original left around in the Ten Tails dimension, then it's probably just going to be too smart to just not herd up unless it's operating on instinct. The problem is, if they're not doing that anyways, then whatever might have been left behind in the Ten Tails dimension isn't going to operate. It's not going to herd together. I guess unless you think...
that's a good point, though, because the whole point was it won't herd together because of the herding instinct. But they're not herding together, so... Unless you think the one left behind in the Ten Tails dimension isn't going to do it based on instinct of herding together, it's just going to do it because it's too dumb to not do it because it realizes, oh, Ada's over there, I need to get over there. And they're all just going to go over there, I guess. Could be the way around it.
Yeah, but then the herding thing doesn't matter. Just delete that. Just don't make that a thing.
Exactly. And also, are we really going to say Mamushi before 20 to 30? His original body, that's not an intelligence thing. He wouldn't just leave behind his original body. He would just go to Ada. Because that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah, that's what he wants to do. The plan.
Exactly. Like, why bother going after Ada at all otherwise? I don't know, just weird. But yeah, we do have the 20 to 30 bodies in chat if you can see that.
Okay. I'll look at it real quick.
Sure. You must destroy both eyes. The ones who've lost their eyes won't be able to divide further.
Yes.
Their eyes? But be careful, as their head count decreases, each remaining one's intelligence will improve. I see. If we accidentally leave a few alive,
so I am gonna
yeah.
Well, now that I'm here on my laptop, real quick, I'm gonna check because I'm not confident. I could be wrong, but I'm not confident Delta destroyed the heads of or took out the eyes of every single Mamushi she was fighting. Not confident that she did that. Sarada blew them all up for her. Okay. Delta's just like kicking a bunch. I mean, I guess unless she laser beamed all of them. No, because some of these, she stepped them through the eyes. Okay, I guess she probably did get them all. Then, based on that, okay. Because I guess they have to even been consistently doing this.
That's funny. But like Koji should, with his 10 directions,
we'll say they have.
See everything that's happened here, so he should know where and why things might go wrong. But again, who's done something wrong? I'm not going to count Koji since that was just going to happen Kobu. So I don't think Shikamaru or Inojin not doing their plan for a little bit made it get out of hand. It was already out of hand beforehand. Sarada's only done her job, same with Delta. Same with Boruto. Same with Kawaki. What, is Mitsuki the odd one out because he hasn't done it yet? Like, he's been interrogated by Kobu.
He's the reason. Making hundreds.
That'd be so stupid. But it's clearly not. Freaking even Ino
I think we already
double
checked. I think we already double checked, but it almost makes me wonder, is 20 to 30 just a typo? It's been 200 to 300.
That's so funny. I don't understand. Once it's at 20 to 30, what was the plan? Because why let it increase after that? Why go beyond that? Inojin is counting. He knows when it reaches 20 to 30. At 30, be like, alright guys, that's the cutoff point. Stop fighting the Mamushis. Boruto, teleport out of there. Kawaki, fly away. Alright, Shikamaru, tell him where Ada is. Like, why?
He's doing it in the worst way possible.
I know. And we don't know why. Because they know this is the worst way possible. They have Koji to tell them that. He's seen it. Nothing broke down. Nobody made a mistake. There was no mishap that couldn't be foreseen or environmental circumstance that couldn't be avoided or whatever that just so happened to lead to these circumstances. I don't know at what point The plan went wrong. It just did.
But he's not even acting like it is going wrong.
Exactly. But again, that gets to how is this the last resort? This feels like it's just been the first resort all along.
Like, it's like, Koji, why are you not concerned that there's 10 times the amount of Mamushis as you wanted?
Pro's more concerned
Which makes
about
me feel like
Kobu.
he's seen futures where this happens and it all goes fine and dandy. It's not a concern.
But he's more worried about Kobu than he is Mamushi. Like, I don't understand.
You know, Mamushi, the guy invading the village right now.
Exactly. And let's keep in mind, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure, they hit 50 Mamushis before Kobu even bothers summoning Shikamaru for the first time.
Probably, I don't know for sure off the top of my head, but
Angus, if
sounds
you
right.
are able to find that, that'd be amazing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, like, there's no excuses. You can't have it be, well, Shikamaru was called out when it was still at 10 Mamushis. The plan is still ongoing. Shikamaru can't tell them when to stop, or tell Mamushi where Ada is, or anything like that. First of all, as if anyone else couldn't tell Mamushi where Ada is, but whatever there.
And as Inoji's the counter, Koji's
Exactly.
listening.
Literally. I just don't understand.
I will say my really long thing largely does have to do with Mamushi if you want to do it now, but I'm going to need you to help me read it too, because one I'm eating and two, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm already kind of tired.
We
of
really
speaking.
should, because now's really the best time to do it.
It's also a good follow-up to your going through the motions rant from a while back.
Yeah. So where does it start? Do you know? Is it Shuyuka? Are we starting with Shuyuka?
No.
No, okay, we're going down.
Must be below it.
Is it
okay, yeah. So actually, do your thing. Go up. So, but this inspired my next thought. So let's do what you were doing before that.
Oh, I didn't even read that yet. Okay. Well, this is all one long thing.
I mean,
we could start here.
Should we start with the things above it, because they're kind of related in terms of
exactly. It all is related. That's the thing.
Yeah, might as well just do it all.
And
we'll do this all
and
then end.
Okay, yeah. Since we still have 40 minutes till 2 a.m., so should be.
Okay, I guess honestly, even this is relevant. Okay, all right. For alternating paragraphs. Shuyuka said the following. Just had a thought. Even though I think this recent Boruto chapter was pretty solid, I think it exposed my biggest critique of the series. No matter how good or interesting an idea is when it appears in the story, the execution tends to fall flat and as a result makes important moments a lot less impactful. I think this really showed with Inoji's choice, which was supposed to be very, very important in a big moment. Heck, the chapter title is basically alluding to it.
Oh, right. So I've already messed it up. So as a small rewrite, rather than those first pages of the chapter being Koji expositing a bunch of information about mind transfer and Inojin being very indecisive, I think we should have opened the chapter on why Inojin became a shinobi, possibly how it relates to his clan, if you need the mind transfer exposition, and his inner conflict regarding the Kobu situation. The fact that he even understood the logic behind killing Kobu, but also acknowledging and defining that there's an innate moral component to being a shinobi in this era.
I'll also add, real quick, rewriting part of that rewrite. I think the thing to do is incorporate Himawari here. So, Inojin, because I know this is banking off anime and novel stuff, but like, Inojin gets a big character turnaround because of Himawari. Just ties something with Himawari in the past, something he learned from Himawari, why he likes Himawari, the reason he likes her, ties into his reason for being a ninja. It doesn't mean his reason for being a ninja is to protect Himawari. It's to say that something. It's kind of like Hinata with Naruto. Her ninja way is Naruto's ninja way. It's like a similar concept to where something he learned from Himawari inspired his ninja way. So you tie Himawari, it's the reason Inochi's in the situation right now in the first place, to this moment with Kobu. Tie those ideas together. There you go. You've killed two birds with one stone. You've won. Yeah. Actually addressed in the manga, Inochi and Himawari's past, why he likes her. And two, getting to his ninja way. This is basically what they did with Sarada in the Monkey chapter, where they have that 5-page flashback of Sarada. Oh, I want to be Hokage, blah, blah, all the things that Ikimoto is telling you in Two Blue Vortex because he wants you to skip part 1, because he wants you to skip all of Naruto as well. He doesn't want you to see anything but Two Blue Vortex, anything that isn't only by him. Do that for Inoji.
Yeah.
Okay, because I said that, you read the next paragraph.
Yeah, that's fine. I also think it's really important that they're noting that Inoji does understand the moral dilemma here, that Kobu is an enemy and a threat and does need to die. He just doesn't want to do it. But he understands Koji's logic to do it. He's not confused onto why. He might be shocked at first, but he understands why Koji wants him dead. And to some extent, to some level, he agrees. He gets it. He knows it's the right thing. Well, it's not the right thing. He knows it's the morally, shadowy, questionably wrong thing to do, but that needs to be done anyway.
It's the effective thing for their plan, but it's morally not what he wants to do.
And you heard my disdain when this happened in the chapter reaction, but Inojin went back to frickin' square one, like this whole thing never even happened in the first place after Koji woke him up. It's like, oh, do your mind transmission again. Your friends are in danger. And then Inojin's just like, oh yeah, yes sir, good point. He's back to being freaking Koji's slave again, having zero agency.
Dude, that's a good point, actually.
As if there's no turning point.
What that does is not what you want. So,
yeah,
what it should be is that Inoji's reason for being ninja, it's to protect people, right? He doesn't want to kill civilians with lethal. He wants to save them. That's the general gist of the idea, anyway. But what Inojin does there suggests that it's actually that Inojin, why he wants to become a ninja is so he can not kill people. He just doesn't want to kill people. It's not about protecting Kobu. It's about not killing Kobu. That's the difference. So Inojin doesn't care if Kobu dies. He just doesn't want to be the responsible one. That's what that suggests.
See, this just proves why this is bad.
Now it's about, no, it's wrong to kill Kobu, period. He's someone I want to protect, because that's what I want to do as a ninja. That's the difference.
And this proves why it's bad. The freaking chapter hyped up 3 times how Inojin's decision is the most important thing in the world right now. This proves Inojin never came to a decision. He never made a choice because he never came to a resolution. The choice was taken away from him the moment Koji woke him up. Yeah, he knows why he wants to be a ninja, but he didn't realize why he wants to be a ninja. He hasn't made his mind up on anything because that was taken away from him before he could realize it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
No, you could say Inojin's choice was to just not undo mind transfer. But when Koji just snaps his fingers 2 seconds later, it's just like, so first of all, if Koji had to put in a little bit more active work to undo it, to where Inojin decides, I'm not undoing it, and now Koji's forced to do this time-consuming plan to stop him, which then gives Boruto time to show up, I can work with that. When Koji just decides, all right, whatever, snaps his fingers in 3 seconds, it's like, all right, this didn't do anything, okay? It's just like, he didn't do anything. He barely even chose to undo the mind transfer. He was just begging for, another way out. To have Koji just not want to kill him.
Exactly. Like, Inojin hasn't made up his mind on what he wants to do in terms of Koji's plan yet. Does he want to follow it and be steadfast and true, and that's his conviction that he's going to follow through to the end? Or does he not want to do that, and he's now suddenly against it, and he's not going to help Kojo anymore, and he's going to fight against Koji and fight on the other side? Make up your mind, and you can't do that because your choice is taken away from you. You know, Shikamaru seemingly convinced Sai, assuming he actually did. Sai just made a decision. He's going to, for right or wrong, he's going to choose a side and he's going to stick to it. Inoji never got that this chapter, when that was the point of this chapter.
Where Sai, it wasn't the point for him to make a decision, so he didn't need to make a decision this chapter for any reason. He could have kept delaying it. Wouldn't have been a problem, because it wasn't promised that he would make a decision.
And that's not to say that Inojin can't make up his mind later or betray Koji later doing whatever. I just think it's stupid if he's gonna do it later, but not now. It just sort of takes away from him having this moment now. Like, imagine hypothetically Konan doesn't give her speech about I'll choose to believe in Naruto and support him as a pillar of peace when fighting Obito. She just doesn't do that. She just has her pain arc view on Naruto. Well, if you say so. You want to support Naruto? Yeah, okay, if you say so.
Yeah. The other thing is that, let's just say Inojin was really adamant about not supporting. So it makes it worse when Koji goes out of his way to be like, hey, you know, I still think he needs to die, by the way. Like, he's going out of his way to keep talking about it. And Inochi's not giving him a death glare and fighting against it. Just couldn't care less. I mean, paying attention.
Yeah, it's not that...
He's just, ooh, piece of candy over there. Like,
it's not that he's defined, no matter what, this is wrong. I won't be doing this. He's like, yeah, you're right. I just can't bring myself to do it. Ugh, woe is me. Stop. Yeah. Make up your mind.
I don't want to do it, but Shikamaru does. It's fine.
So wishy-washy. It's the worst. I hate it. But anyways, I feel like we rarely get to see inside these characters' heads, and it would have been a very needed change of pace that would have heightened the chapter's opener as a whole, and actually made Inojin a likable character. I agree with that. That the audience could understand, since this arc has been trying super hard to make us like him, but is really failing and hurting the entire arc as a whole. It also makes his decision an actual choice, rather than just indecision. That's a perfect way to describe it. Indecision. That's what he did. Like, he's just running around until he figures out what he really wants to do.
He was stalling for time to make a decision, which he never did.
Yeah. Everyone else did for him.
So, I think you could skip past this.
Okay.
To wherever we start to reply to each other now.
I think you're right. So, oh my god. I say... Okay, screw. I'm just gonna read Axel's thing as a quick breakup here. Angus got... Okay. Well, to be fair, we're also trying to get through this as quick as we can. Since we do want to end by 2, and we have this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Yeah.
This is gonna have to be the last topic. All these Mamushi things.
Yeah. Sorry,
and
Angus.
Mine is really long.
It's not you, it's me. To go from the jaw-dropping revelation of Koji seriously admitting, we're killing Kobu, a decision he made without hesitation, measuring the weight of Kobu's life, just to have Inojin play Ring Around the Rosie with the red cape dodging the bull, and Boruto to foil him, being like, well, did you see me stopping him, LOL, to Koji? And having nothing else to say with Koji's only thoughts on the matters being, it's still my opinion, though. He should die. Yeah, that's what I still think. Like, bro, do you care or not? Does this matter? You're prioritizing this over Mamushi, but you're not caring about this. So you care less about Mamushi than you care about this, which you don't care about. Interesting. it really takes away from the urgency of consequences of the decision to do so in the first place. Like, really? That's it? That's all? You're simply just gonna let him walk away. And nobody has anything else to say. Nobody at all. And we're all just moving on with no change, as if nothing just happened. And like I said, Inojin got freaking reset back to square one. It is like nothing happened. But if Kamui wants to continue...
If neither side is going to treat it like it's a big deal, why should I? If Ikimoto isn't going to care, why would I? This isn't something you should just take lightly. Kobu interrogating Shikamaru later isn't stressing this. It goes practically unaddressed from a thematic standpoint, despite being like the most important thing and arguably at the point of the Boruto franchise.
What it means to be a ninja in the new era, which we just don't really... Oh, you don't want to kill people.
Again, though, one of the best chapter of Two Blue Vortex ends chapter 4. It ends almost ends the prologue, but it ends the prologue basically with what it means to be a ninja, essentially. And interestingly, Koji says the Endor theme version of it, basically. But we know that his mindset of it is, of course, the tools one, whereas Boruto's is going to be the ninja way one. But the point is, even Two Blue Vortex has gone into that, what it means to be a ninja. So it's not like it's not part of Two Blue Vortex.
And Inojin's is doing it in the most shallow, hollow, surface level way imaginable. It's like how the Boruto movie addresses it through Boruto's mindset in the opening minutes. That's the depth we got.
So, before I say this, inherently this isn't a problem because the certain peoples out there that the letters after M and the letters before F might say, oh, you don't need to be spoon-fed. Okay, the spoon-feeder people out there. Inojin didn't say why he wants to be a ninja, what his ninja way is, what it means to be a ninja. Rather, what he said is specifically what it doesn't mean to him, essentially. So he said, it could be anything, but it's not this one. Because he said, well, to kill Koji would go against why he wanted to become a ninja. Okay, so we know what your ninja way doesn't include. I still have no idea what it does include. For example, what's Naruto's ninja way? Never go back on my word, never give up. Okay, we all know it's the most famous ninja in the whole verse. Well, okay, Naruto could say his ninja way doesn't include killing his best friend. Okay, I believe that. That does not tell me that never give up is his ninja way. It doesn't lead me anywhere there. I don't know what it is. It's a completely different something about that. So, unless Inojin's ninja way is specifically to not kill Kobu, I don't know what his ninja way is. Because it could be anything. The only thing I can not spoon-feed infer is that it doesn't involve taking, innocent lives. I hope it's something really innocent, but it doesn't involve, that dark shinobi style, okay? Again, it's only telling me what it doesn't involve. It's not telling me what it is. Because not every ninja Naruto's ninja way is never give up. Okay, there's like 50,000 different ones. So what's Inojin's?
Exactly. And
you don't know. And if you say you know, you're lying. You have no idea. The same way that Ikimoto can just write whatever bullshit he wants next chapter, he can do that for Inojin's ninja way. You don't know.
And part of the problem is he really can go anywhere with it, because I feel like we don't even know Inojin as a character, at least especially in the manga. Like if in the anime, you can say whatever there.
We just know he likes Himawari. That's
even
it.
Then,
that's all you
even
know.
Then, we know part 1 Inojin. We don't know teen Inojin, or how that's different even. It's the most
we don't know part 1 Inojin in the manga.
Yeah. I meant more so Kid Inojin in general. if we count the anime.
If you mean anime and stuff,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and who knows how he changed in part 2. So all
Exactly,
we have
that's the
there is
point.
the manga. So.
Exactly. And I'm not going to say that's the end of the world. You can have unique named actual characters that are, rather than being unique in and of themselves, they are a reflection of the world itself. Sai is a good reflection of the Anbu's mindset. Sasuke is the byproduct of all of the hatred in the ninja world, etc., etc. Bunfuku, whatever. I don't know or need to know anything about him personally. He shows us what it's like to be a Jinchuriki. When you get to Naruto and his ninja way, he is a unique character. We know what his ninja way is from chapter 1. He wants to be acknowledged by everyone in the village. He wants to be the strongest Hokage. But why does he want that? For Naruto, it's because he wants acknowledgement. Why does he want acknowledgement? Because he grew up hated and alone. It makes sense for his character. That says something about Naruto. That doesn't say something about... That's not a reflection on society, so it's not really... Well, it is doing that, but you get the idea. It's coincidentally doing that, I guess.
For and then the never give up part is a reflection of Naruto's personality, essentially. Exactly. It's what makes Naruto special. It's why he's gonna succeed.
For Inojin, we're getting neither. We are getting neither the personal, because we don't know Inojin, and we also aren't getting any kind of reflection or view on society. We're getting neither of it, and that's the problem there. We don't know what he wants or why he wants it. And we don't even know why he wants it. Whether it's the unique personal Inojin reason, or if it's the societal reason that was instilled into him. We just don't know. And that's a problem. But continuing on, I guess I'll continue this since it's my paragraph anyways. For all the mellows out there who are gonna glaze it, defending it because it makes sense from an in-universe perspective, that's great. It misses the point, though. The story is a story because it's written for the audience to see these narrowed down moments from the universe, hyper-focusing on what's most important and seeing it because it's important. The complaint here isn't just that it's anticlimactic. It's that it's letting down the audience by failing to do what it set out to do, despite trying to do that thing. It's not even not doing it all, because at that point you can still critique it, but at least you can excuse it. If you're failing to do it, that's almost worse than not doing it at all, in a weird way. In some ways it's better, in some ways it's probably worse. But it isn't delivered. It kind of depends. But... It kind of does depend, yeah. But they're doing this thing of the point of the Boruto series, what it means to be a shinobi in this new era, but they're not actually doing it. That makes it worse, because they wanted to do it through Inojin, in my opinion. I think it's kind of clear that they tried to do it. I just think they didn't actually do it at all. It isn't delivering its promise or expectation given to the viewer who bought into the idea at the initial hook at the beginning of the story, like the Boruto movie. That's why we kept watching.
So about the in-universe thing, this is important. And I'm not saying this because of the jokes with the rewrite stuff earlier, but I'm going to make it kind of a separate point, but I guess it kind of relates back to that. So when it comes to the in-universe thing, yes, I believe that you should try to do things that make sense for in-universe. Either it makes sense for that character to do that thing, even if it's a flawed thing, it makes sense for the character to be making that flaw, or characters should try to do things that make sense for them to do based off their goals and whatnot, or you do plot points and abilities that make sense in universe for the universe and so on. You should try to do that. But that doesn't mean when you're writing the story, you should just draw out of a hat, pick whatever random thing that makes sense in universe and go with that. The point is, you're writing an intended narrative. You have that in mind. How are you gonna make that narrative happen in a way that makes sense in universe? You should avoid something that just does not work in universe, obviously. But the point is, you do the story first, and then figure out, okay, well, how can I do this with everything I've established? What new thing am I gonna introduce that feels in line with everything that's previously established, and then what previously established things can I just straight up use for this? That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Frankly, Koji snapping his fingers isn't even an established thing. In fact, it seems pretty contradictory to when Shikamaru's yelling at Ino right beside Ino, and she has to undo the jutsu as opposed to, like, you know, waking up along other scenes like that. But ignoring that, I guess it makes sense for Koji to wake him up. It doesn't even make sense for him to wait so long to do so. You know, there's so many other things going on there. You know, but ignoring that, it's like, okay, let's just say it makes sense. But why was that? That's not the only thing that would have made sense. So why did we choose that one? Why didn't we choose something that maybe makes a better narrative? Just because it makes sense doesn't mean it's the best thing that makes sense.
Also, it feels like Ikimoto thought he wanted to do this, and then at the last minute, he's pivoting because he either just doesn't know what he wants to do with it, he doesn't know where to go from here, or he just doesn't know how to do it. So he just wrote in the premise, he's just like, yeah, good enough. Move on. It's there. That's all we got. The idea.
Well, I mean, this is going to get to something later on, but a lot of the Boruto stuff feels like he's just, minus the 999 things where we say this doesn't happen, but a lot of the stuff that does happen kind of just feels like he's just checking the box. Okay, yeah. I touched Inoji Ninja themes. Okay, moving on. Like he's just checking the box.
Which that's why writing is so difficult, because that's not thematic development. If you check a box, that's not thematic development, because that's not developing anything. Touching on something isn't continual, gradual progression. That's the difference. But going with the next thing you said.
My mouth is full.
The fact that Kobu is gonna interrogate Shikamaru means he isn't gonna be killed now. And if they do kill Kobu after the interrogation, it's meaningless, because it's too late. If Kobu doesn't get the chance to tell anyone about his findings and kick Shikamaru out of the office, then the interrogation doesn't matter. You can't do both. Either the interrogation does happen, or Kobu dies. Doing both is stupid, narratively. They're either going to kill Kobu first, or Shikamaru gets kicked out. One or the other. Koji really could have tried exploding his toad on Kobu. If Boruto kills the toad to stop him, now they don't have the toad to help them out. Boruto would be risking that asset for Kobu. Koji's an idiot. Use a shadow clone under transformation jutsu, bruh. Personally, the way I would have done it, I think it would have been cool if Kobu, in a sense, is by keeping Kobu alive, he's not only running from Mamushi, which is keeping Kobu alive, he's, in a sense, keeping Kobu hostage, or I guess Inojin himself hostage, from Koji. Because Inojin knows, Inojin might realize, this could be something he realizes partway through, which could also influence the decision. Koji doesn't care for him as a human at all. He doesn't value his life. He only values, like Orochimaru, how he's useful to him. Screw the Orochimaru, the humanity aspect of Orochimaru. Koji lacks it in this case. He's just viewing Inojin as a tool. He knows that. He could be using that to say, I'm going to stay in this body. If you kill me, you lose or if you kill Kobu, you lose access to me because I'll die too. He's doing the filler heart jutsu. If my heart stops beating, yours will too, or whatever it was at the time. That was kind of cool.
I mean, that is a cool idea.
Yeah, or like in a
weird
way.
I'm sure that would come to that conclusion, but it's a cool concept at the very least.
Yeah, he could do it thinking that Koji isn't going to kill him because Koji needs him alive, and that could be part of the reason why Koji doesn't snap him out of it for so long. Rather than snapping, I think the coolest idea would be at some point in time...
Punches him.
That's one. At some point in time, Koji weighs the odds of the time against the value of Inojin in the future. And at some point in time,
he's gonna kill him.
Yeah, he swaps.
Inojin does the jutsu because he doesn't want to die.
Exactly. That's the way to do it, in my opinion.
And then you can
And then you could have Boruto show up at the last second there if you really want.
Because I think that all works. Because that is doing the thing that I was saying in the reaction that I actually do like. Inojin did stall long enough for Boruto to get there. He didn't realize that was happening. He didn't even think of that or try to do anything like that. He was just running away, stalling time for no reason at all. Wasn't even trying to stall time. He was just trying to run away. But it worked.
That would be good. Another thing you could do, just doing something different, but you could do this, is so Kobu does die at the end of this. So Inojin undoes the jutsu, Koji kills Kobu, and Inojin has to face the fact that he talked all the talk he wanted. In the end, he couldn't stand by his values. Like, he ultimately chose to sacrifice Kobu for himself, and he could question, like, you know, his ninja-ness, you know, like, if he's willing to do that, like, blah, blah. He can just have those, like, self-doubt type things, and then, like, have to strengthen his resolve moving forward or something. Maybe he can wonder, oh, would I really give my life for him or it's stuff like that. Whatever you want to do. The point is, you could go that route, but of course, then Kobe dies in that case, and you have to deal with that fact. But
that would be good because if you remember the My Hero Academia Aoyama traitor rewrite that we did, it sort of goes into that, to where in the end we decided it would be best that it's not a double, triple whammy of a traitor, betrayal, traitor scene, to where he's actually choosing to follow the heroes and trick the bad guy, actually. I like it to where he actually is just doubling back and he just helps the bad guy secretly again because he's a coward. Could be cool. But I like what you said, definitely.
He recognizes that, and he would have to reflect on that, right?
Because it would be the difference between his ideals versus his powerlessness in reality. That's what Kid Obito had to face, in a sense. I have like a whole narrative.
I'm pretty sure we have similar. This probably isn't the one I want to use, but I'm just gonna use as my first example. Naruto's Oath of Pain. He wanted to prove himself and stuff. In the end, when it came down to it, he just buckled in fear, and he had to do his Oath of Pain after. Because of that, you could do a similar idea here. There's definitely more examples.
That would be good.
I have like a code.
Well, this is especially good because Naruto says the same thing during the Oath of Pain. Naruto and Inojin, they've trained so hard for this. All for what? For it to be wasted like this. Well, no longer are they going to be a useless idiot. They're now making an oath. They are going to do something about it. They're going to vow it on something. Naruto vowed it on his hand. Inojin can vow it on whatever he wants. Doesn't even have to make a vow necessarily, but like, it's the idea. Inojin trained for it, and in the end, it didn't make any difference at all. That didn't work. Inojin now has to do something else because he wants this. He realizes now more than ever. He wants it badly. And what he's done up to this point, it's like Sasuke. Sasuke at the beginning of the Sasuke retrieval arc. What have I been doing up until this point? Considering the whole Itachi thing right before this. So I think that just kind of works.
I can't think of every example off the top of my head, but like, the fact is, I know these examples are littered throughout. And Boruto, I'm sure they have like these, like, came down to
another
I was
one.
just a coward, or
Another
I wasn't
one.
able to do it, or whatever.
Another one, Shikamaru at the end of the Sasuke retrieval arc. When he's talking to Temari and his dad. Yeah.
I don't actually. But if Choji died there, a perfect comparison.
Yeah.
It's also.
I agree. Okay. But moving down. I'll just get rid of this. I've edited my message chat more like 5 times. This topic is a gift that just keeps on giving. Stupid. I'll continue on here. I'm not saying everyone just has to emotionally crash out at every little thing, every moment, at all time, like they're Naruto inchworming towards Gaara after their fight. But can we seriously not ask them to treat this like anything more than simply a casual, everyday conversation? This isn't just fine, minor inconvenience to disagree on that would be better to just drop and not worth bringing up. No, this matters. Like, why are they not talking about? Why are they not coming to any conclusions, any resolutions, any decisions? They're not doing any of that. Like, nothing's happening at all, mindset-wise. Nobody's changing. That's part of the problem here. Nobody's changing, even though they're under stress, under conflict. Pressure makes diamonds, and it's just making coal. They were already coal. It's just making more coal.
Well, the other thing also is, so you don't need to necessarily have, this technically counts as a change, but it's not like in the changes of changes, but it doesn't have to be like a character is, he's A and now he's B. It can just be a strengthened result. For example, Naruto versus Gaara, he's not having some revolutionary change. He's just affirming what he already technically knew. He had to think back. Gaara made him doubt it. And then he thinks about Haku and sees what Sasuke's doing and so on and strengthens his original result, which is, no. Haku is right. I have it right. It's not fighting for yourself. It's fighting for your friends. If Inojin strengthened his resolve as a ninja, great. The problem is when he didn't make a decision to reflect that. He just never did anything. He just woke him up before he ever could. If you have him strengthen his resolve so he actually makes an actual decision that actually does something, well, there you go. You've got your change. It's a resolve strengthening change, but that still technically counts. That's growth. That's all you need. Exactly. But if you take that away, it's like, I mean, you can say it, but I feel like you're grasping at straws, and I want to say that it technically doesn't count. I think Inojin's saying it technically counts. It does. Just in the most minuscule, meaningless way that it's, why do I care way. You know, it's
see, but I can't trust Kishimoto. The way they're ending this chapter, with especially with Koji, like, oh, still my opinion, you should kill him. Inojin, all right, let's get back to the plan.
The Inojin left no impact on Koji.
Like, I'm not going to be surprised if, like, next chapter or 2 chapters from now, Kobu's going to be like, all right, Inojin, we're killing Daemon. And Inojin's like, what? Shocked face? You're traitor, but oh no. It's just the same thing all over again. Because they haven't changed. They haven't grown. Nothing was learned. They're just going to do it again. It's going to be ridiculous. They're going to draw sweat beads the whole time as well.
Dude,
I do like... I do...
Given.
Exactly. I do like your comparison with Naruto versus Gaara. Naruto's not changing from A to B. If anything, it's almost like changing from A to A prime. I guess that's kind of...
That's literally the thing I was going to say during that part.
That's funny. And I completely agree. Naruto already has it right. He just doesn't know it yet. And so his mindset, it's being tested. And Naruto and Gaara together are going to find out what the correct mindset is. Is it truly Naruto's mindset? Or is it Gaara's? Because Naruto's never been challenged like this before. So he doesn't know if his mindset's right. He can believe it is, but Gaara believes his is right as well. And they both have valid reason to believe their mindset is the correct one. So it's about clashing those 2 mindsets to see which one comes out on top. They both believe in it, so what's going to happen? Neither of them know. But they find out.
It's great. It's very good. I love it.
But you say...
Oh, did you,
This is noob.
This technically...
This is...
Oh, okay.
Thing.
Yeah, okay, we can sit that.
Yeah.
I said, there's a difference between doing the thing that was set up to be done, but in a super anticlimactic way, and doing something like... So, I'm using this as a specific example because Togashi and Hunter x Hunter is known for some quote-unquote anti-climaxes, but these are not the same thing. So, an example thing. There's a difference between doing the thing that was set up to be done in a super anticlimactic way and doing something like York New City, Hisoka versus Chrollo, where the fight never actually happens. You know, that fight that Hisoka wants the whole arc. Because Chrollo lost his Nen. The reason why it's different is because, well, for one, this is the main reason, but the reason Chrollo lost his Nen was because of Kurapika narrative stuff, where ultimately Kurapika chose to just seal away Chrollo's Nen instead of killing Chrollo / Pakunoda / going down the Heartless Vengeance route, the thing that Gon and Killua didn't want Kurapika and Lero didn't want Kurapika to do, because they don't want to see Kurapika become 5 Kage Summit Sasuke, essentially. They don't want to see Kurapika go that way. Kurapika chose to do basically the most humane thing he could have done given his goals. Seal away Chrollo's Nen. That was his choice. The result of that is, well, Chrollo doesn't have Nen, he's weak. And Hisoka doesn't fight Chrollo. It's supposed to be funny. You get his funny reaction because Hisoka only wanted to fight Chrollo because he was strong. And now Chrollo's not strong. So it's funny. He's like, oh, he just gets back on the plane. He's like, well, no point doing this now. And in addition to that, that alone is all fine. You don't even need what I say next. But despite that, we still get the Hisoka versus Chrollo fight later on with even more build-up for it. This is not the same as checking the box, doing the thing, but doing it poorly. An example of that in this context would be, okay, Hisoka does fight Chrollo. He's got his Nen. And it's just the worst fight of all time. He just gets one shot, the end. Even that could come across as humorous. I don't know how to, like imagine just, like, the worst fight of all time there. Like, exactly. I don't know how to do that with those characters.
Well, that's what I said. It's like if we got the most mid-tier, low-spectacle, boring fight in the entire series. Some half-heartedly for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
So I think the reason that the Hunter x Hunter one works, whereas the Boruto one fails here, first of all, the Hunter x Hunter one is at the end of the arc, so it's an anticlimax, like you described. It's intended to be that, and it's doing so effectively. The Boruto one, first of all, it's not at the end of the arc. It's just anticlimactic. It's not a climax or an anticlimax. Second of all, it's not doing its intended thing. I don't even know if it has intention. I think it does, but it's definitely not doing it. That means it's not executing it correctly. It's failing to execute. So it's just failing on that front. That's the difference. It's not doing what it wants to do. Like, it can be different. It's not even being different. It's just being wrong. But, like, you can do an anticlimax just as effectively as you can do a climax, arguably more. Depending on how you do it. But
it just depends. Exactly. It depends on what you're trying to do when you do it.
Yeah, if you set out to do it, you're intending to do it, and you execute effectively, then you can do it. Hikimoto's not doing that.
Yeah.
So, God.
Your reply here, and as well as everything else, inspired my next really long thought of different things. And a lot of this is really bouncing up things we've said, but just saying other things in different ways. But, so, okay. But seriously, so far, everyone versus the Mamushi clones is literally the exact same thing as everyone versus the Claw Grimes, or more importantly, the best comparison, everyone versus the Ten Tails minions. Yes, everyone fighting the Ten Tails minions, who was a cool moment to let some of the Konoha 12 show off some new jutsu and let them be a little bit involved in this otherworldly battle. But they're just Ten Tail minions. That's not to say that they're fodder-getting level opponents, but they're just Ten Tails minions. Kishimoto was not pretending these Ten Tail minions were Obito, Madara, Kabuto, or the Ten Tails. The Claw Grime were also just minions and not meant to be treated as the Ten Tails or Code himself. But Mamushi? No. That is Mamushi. Each one is Mamushi. They are all fighting multiple Obitos, full Ten Tails, Codes, etc. Yet the fights are being treated the exact same way.
It's not just that.
As the Ten Tails minions.
It's not just that. Boruto, Kawaki, and everyone else are doing the same thing. They're all doing their job, taking out the same number of Mamushis, going to the same battlefields. They're all equally as important as one another. Boruto is
also,
as effective as Ino Shikacho. Which is
But and that's the thing, though. So I didn't write this quite like this in there, so I'm gonna say this now. It's not just that like Boruto, this guy who's been way stronger than everyone, is just as effective as Delta and Inojin, Shikadai, and Chocho on their own, practically. But Karma Boruto, I think I mentioned this somewhere, but Boruto's first use of Karma in Two Blue Vortex is to fight Mamushi clones. And he's being treated and portrayed as equal importance as Chocho and Shikadai.
So, okay, Kamui, I just realized.
Karma Boruto.
I just realized.
Mind you, Boruto in base just got done showing how strong he is versus Juro. Like, he's way stronger than these other people. Like, he's that guy. And he's using Karma. He's using Karma. You know his plan is to use Karma against Juro. And he's using it for Mamushi because there's a billion Mamushis. And he's being treated and portrayed just as effective as Delta, who should be weaker than Code, who's far weaker than Karma Boruto, and Shikadai and Chocho. They're being put on the same pedestal. This is also Kawaki, who's not only had the upgrade that he got, Karma Kawaki, who just got the upgrade he got in the Sand Village arc. No. He got another one. So, 2 Amado upgrades, Kawaki, with Karma, is being equated to Shikadai and Chocho.
So,
how are we supposed to believe in Kawaki's payoff for this second adjustment of power when the payoff for Kawaki is equating him to people that should have been way weaker than him to begin with?
He finally caught up to Chocho.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, finally caught up to Chocho and Shikadai. Really? Really? Finally?
So I think this hurts our hearts less. But I think technically, this is objectively more extreme than what they did with ruining Sage Mode Mitsuki in the Sand Arc.
I agree. It is, because for 2 reasons. One, Oriya was like one of the best in the exams. Like he beat Inojin. He was on the higher level. He was in the finals. He did lose to Sarada, but Sarada's got Mangekyo, right? So he was in that end game, not the very last round, but in the last few rounds. When Shinki fights Mitsuki, Oriya fights Sarada, you know? He's in that round. So he's on the higher level. Mitsuki, as much as it hurts our heart, was not implied. I mean, we already saw him lose the base port. At that point, we've already accepted that. He was not implied to be this Two Blue Vortex time skip post Koji training Karma Boruto level guy. Okay, from what we were getting, at least they gave up on that. So we already passed that point.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that Mitsuki reasonably could have just not been training over the past 3 years. Likewise, everyone else did get a 3-year time skip. That does apply to Oriya.
Yeah, I mean, it's still bad and absolutely redonkulous.
Of
but
course.
The difference between Sage Mitsuki and Oriya, we can admit, is not as ridiculous as Chocho and Karma Super Vortex Koji training Boruto.
See, that's where especially the problem comes in. Oriya got a 3-year time skip to grow. Okay. We saw where Team Ino Shikacho was in Chapter 1 and 2 of Two Blue Vortex. It's been a week since then. They were struggling with the claw grimes, bro.
Look, I don't care if Shikadai learn a new jutsu. The claw grind were just useless toys for Code. And then they're suggesting that the Shinju, at least 1v1, are either Code rivals or possibly stronger. And there's like a billion Mabushis now.
I was fine with where they were at the beginning of Two Blue Vortex. I didn't have any problems. It just depends where you think the claw grimes scale to. I think the most fun interpretation is the claw grimes are equal to the Ten Tails minions from the War Arc. So, Ino Shikacho, they're equal to the Ino Shikacho from the War Arc. Close enough. Around there. I think that's cool. That's fine. I like that. They're at the beginning of the sequel. They're at where the rest of the kids were at the end of the sequel. It's the next generation. That's a nice way to really just keep it basic and simple. That's fine. That's not what they've done since then.
We've already made fun of Konohamaru. This is the other thing. Okay, so Konohamaru is like the leader of the Konohamaru is supposed to be stronger than Shikanai and Chojo, right? So we've made fun of Konohamaru's ridiculous scaling, like how he's reacting to like Hidari's jutsu and stuff, or that he could do a lot of damage to Matsuri. Or like, okay, so Konohamaru is like really strong, but he's not Shinju level. Okay, but Shikanai and Chocho are like beating 4 Shinju at the same time. And they're just continuing to do it over and over again. Like they're so massively outscaling Konohamaru right now. Konohamaru's just like his best feats are, he reacted to 2 Hidari attacks, but he blatantly got bodied. And he blatantly couldn't beat Matsuri without the off-guard move. Yeah. Meanwhile, Shikanai and Chocho are beating 4 of those.
One-shot speed blitzing.
It's like...
It's effortless.
Really not trying that hard. Their only complaint is, oh my god, there's no end to them.
Like, why is this a bigger gap than frickin' the Jonin were to Neji in the prelims that one speed feat?
In the opposite direction.
Yeah. Like, what is happening?
So, with that in mind, Oodie, everyone, Fabrino, would you be okay within the War Arc? Would you be okay with Kiba blowing up Obito's head? I'll have an answer for you. No. Would you be okay with Hinata defeating Edo Madara? No. Would you be okay with Ino yo-yoing the entire Ten-Tails? No. So why are we okay with this? Now, I'm addressing those Twitter people in advance. We can't use the Mamushi is weaker than the other Shinju excuse when Mamushi has... I don't know where it was that we saw this, but we saw it somewhere.
It's definitely down since I scrolled too far up. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to go down. If it's the one with the Ten-Tails picture, then that would be good to do. This one.
It might have been someone's response in here.
Well, I definitely like this if you want to do this now as well. It could also
might as well.
This,
yeah,
this works as well.
Let's go. Well, let's click on the thread because it'll just see if there are the comments might have inspired it. Okay. But this guy says there were some replies that we can look at. So if actually, I'm gonna let you read it.
If Mamushi's low IQ is enough for him to not use chakra and be able to get damaged by fodders, then the original Ten-Tails should be the weakest in the franchise, but only a few people could actually damage it. Bring up a better excuse.
So real quick, looking at my response to the thing is, say it louder. Or what about mindless Jubito? Or mindless Rage 4 to 8 Tails Naruto? For some other examples. So that we can look at some of the replies and see if there's anything interesting in there.
Well, there was also this, which goes along with it perfectly. Exactly.
This was probably the reply I took a screenshot of.
Because this one works perfectly with it. It's not just the durability, it's everything. Exactly. The only explanation is 1, durability is super inconsistent in the Narutoverse, or 2, these guys are just fodder. Yeah, you like that? Fodder with the excuses being too dumb to amp their durability with chakra, yet somehow smart enough to infuse chakra to use ninjutsu. Keep in mind, yeah, okay, Mamushi uses it with like 6 of them against Boruto in Boruto first fights. Sure, there's 200. He's using ninjutsu, so he can. Mold his chakra to use ninjutsu, but can't mold his chakra to fortify his skin, or whatever Naruto characters do. Assuming
the
he
other
even
thing
would
is
need
that
to
you
do
could say,
that.
oh, he's just using fire style instinctually. Oh, by the way, real quick,
No.
this kind of suggests bug as fire style, just a random note that nobody's talking about, but ignoring that. So he can instinctually do that. Okay, then just like every other instinctual animal in Naruto, you should instinctually defend. No, the fact is he got speed blitz one shot by JoJo. He couldn't react.
Exactly. Also, this clearly wasn't instinct. He was having a full-blown conversation with this clone. So why he's attacking him? But whatever. So that just doesn't work.
But
Getting
it doesn't
back,
matter where it is. Somewhere I've seen the Mamushi's weaker than the other Shinji. Like they're like, oh, he's obviously weaker than the other Shinji. I've seen that before, which is why I'm addressing it here.
Yeah, I responded to someone. We can quickly go to that comment here. Since it should just be.
I don't know if that's. I don't know where I saw it, but I saw it somewhere.
I liked a lot of things today on a different account. Wasn't bored to. Okay, it was one of these comments, I think. Where's the 0-10 option?
I was curious about that too.
That's funny. It's because I only have 5 or 4 options that I can make because they removed my 5th one for no reason. It might be this. It's probably this reply chain.
Mamushi has no feats. Well, boy, is he not gonna like what I have next to my paragraph.
I might not have made the comment, actually. I might have just thought about it in my head. Anyways, the idea here is that, yeah, the chapter 5 scene where Mamushi confronts Boruto. So there's 2 problems with it. I wish I could just see everything I replied. I don't think there's a way to filter that, though. The worst Shinji we've seen so far. The horrible performance. I originally thought he would be strong since his target is Zeta, which means you have to fight Daemon, but I guess not. We'll see what transpires next chapter. Most definitely. Ikimo's fanfiction. That's funny. It's also weird the way they changed their replies to be weird now. Shout out a new comment. Farming over the series. How do we not get that?
Is that Patrick Torres?
Is this Melissa? But the 2 problems, I forget. Is there not a way to filter what I've said?
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
It would be really funny if you reply to his comments saying, "We don't get tired." Period. So reply to Patrick Torres.
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's gonna be so mad.
Okay, I definitely replied to someone saying something, and it was something like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna check the poll, because it's worth finding if I can find it. Was it in the latest poll that I replied? Let's see if I can find, because it'll show you what you replied to. That's funny. Okay, I guess it wasn't there. There's randomly in the live stream. That's the one we're doing right now. It's not gonna be that one. It's gonna be the second one. Because there's 2 problems.
I think I saw it in a Twitter thing for me, but if it says it's here, that's all we need is someone to say it.
Okay, this right here, perfect. Thank you, me, for finding this. This is worth it. We're gonna start from here. I don't know what the timestamp is. Kamui, I see what you mean. I don't think it's presented the best, but Koji, or Shikamaru, I don't know, did say early in the arc that dealing with more of the Mamushi clones is like dealing with a wild animal, and it should be easier. I would say the best counter is that when Mamushi vs. Boruto in chapter 27, there were only around 10 to 15 clones in the village. So can that simply mean the clones utilize their strength better when they are fewer in numbers? Not the greatest answer. Do you want to respond to that, or you just read Bento's response?
Well, I mean, I can quickly say, let's go with that for a moment. If that's the case, why isn't the more the merrier? Why isn't it better to just have 200? Why is it a concern? Is it just going to become easy to deal with?
Yeah, and Shikamaru implies that's not the case right here. If we accidentally leave a few alive, they'll be able to harder to deal with. But if they increase to too many, we'll be in over our heads too.
Yeah.
So, getting back to the comment here with Bento. The only thing is that it doesn't stop them from having the durability of a wet paper towel. I love that. I feel like it's infinitely easier to just look at the evidence and say Mamushi's just weaker than most of the Shinju. Dude, him being Bug, who is a civilian like Kobu, that's not actually true or confirmed. He's a cow.
But yeah, I mean, the problem is, but that's, yeah, so first of all, that's his assumption. Yeah. Bug is an outer member of Kara and Boro's right-hand man. But we don't know how strong Bug is. We do know Bug was afraid of Code and Ada and Daemon. But, like, who wasn't?
Exactly.
Bug could be Shikamaru level and would justifiably be just as afraid. You just don't know where he lies. He could be, reasonably, could be Aowen Garou level. Outer member level. That's still actually very strong. That's stronger than Konohamaru, at least part 1.
Exactly. The comment continues by saying, Mamushi is only decently dangerous when there's a lot of him and he can sneak attack you. Since all his feats are just sneak attacks. Well, ignoring that last part, which just isn't true. So, 2 things he says here. Decently dangerous when 2 conditions are met. When there's a lot of him, and when he can sneak attack you. Neither of which apply to Boruto in the Chapter 5 fight.
Yeah, Chapter 4. But regardless, it's not just Chapter 4, though. It's the 10 to 15 Boruto clone. Well, actually, it's the 2 in my example, but...
Yeah, so
we're gonna get to it.
So Boruto, like everyone else, just fought 1 Mamushi and wasn't sneak attacked in Chapter 4. So why was he
and
decently
he wasn't
dangerous?
even winning.
Exactly. So why didn't he speed blitz one shot like Cho?
Exactly, because think about it. If Boruto could, he literally gets what he wants. He speed blitz one shots Mamushi, gets him out of the way, speed blitz one shots Hidari, takes his Thorn Soul and leaves. Why did Boruto ask for Sarada and Konohamaru's help against Hidari if he can speed blitz one shot the Shinju? Why did he say, oh, he couldn't have done that to Matsuri if she wasn't already half dead by Konohamaru?
Exactly.
Why is he doing that? Why is he saying that?
Like Boruto.
Why is it? Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Like they've gone out of their way like 3 different times to say these Mamushis are as strong as the original. They aren't weaker. Boruto confirmed it with the Shadow Clone analogy. Oh, it's just about chakra. Oh, they're less intelligent, but they're as strong. That's the point.
Exactly, that is the point. Not my Ikima's doing a terrible job of that, but it's the point.
Like they can be easier to deal with, but I don't think we actually have a picture of the speed blitz one shot. But that's the instinct, the intelligence isn't going to change that. There's no strategy there with defending against Cho's speed blitz one shot. Like the instinct is going to operate just as well as the intelligence.
Yeah, like the main thing would be like, as far as that goes, is okay. You've got a Madara, an Itachi, a Sasuke, a Shikamaru, whatever. They're on the other side. They're doing a smart strategy against you. If you're an instinctual monster, you're going to fall for their strategy. As long as they're strong enough to keep up with you, you're getting caught. Whereas, if you're also a Madara, Itachi, Sasuke, Minato, whatever, then you can see through their strategy and not get caught. That's the difference there. But it's predicated on, 1, them actually using a Minato strategy and not just speed blitz one shot, and 2, you being of that relative scale to where that can work if you're not just too strong or too weak to even need a strategy. You know what I mean? It's just like, they're not doing this here. Yeah. Nobody's done, not a single character has done a strategy against Mamushi yet. Okay, Boruto Shuriken, I'll give you that. But aside from that, they're just speed blitz one-shotting. Everyone's doing it.
Like, Kisame was smart enough to know to block KCM Naruto's foot. He wasn't fast enough to do it. That was the problem.
Exactly. At least not in that weird form he was in. Exactly. At the very least. Yeah. Probably in general.
But
But
getting back to it.
yeah, so back to this.
Oh,
At
I
some
did.
point,
I
I'm gonna let
did
you
have more to
switch over
say
so I
on.
can go heat something up. But
Yeah,
you're
I'll
still
say. I'll
going.
say words. First of all, let me
All
find.
right, then in that case,
words.
I'm going to walk away and go heat up a piece of
Go
bread
ahead.
while you say words.
Go ahead. Yeah, so each one this Mamushi level, they are all fighting multiple Obito. Okay, so this is the thing. So going back to the war arc, it's the equivalent of if the Konoha 12, instead of fighting the Tintails fodder minions, they're fighting multiple Obitos, Madaras, Tintails, all that. They're fighting the same thing that Naruto and Sasuke are fighting. The problem with this, narratively, is that Madara, Obito, Tintails, they're all the final boss. They're the ones who Naruto, Sasuke, the protagonists, the main characters, should be fighting against. The antagonists, the main villains. All the side characters should be fighting the side villains, or whatever you want to call them. They should be assisting the main characters, at best, by allowing the main characters to go and focus and not divert their attention so they can focus on those final boss battles so it can be a true 1v1. And all the side characters are going to clean up. They're going to mop up all the extras. That's their role. That's their duty, both narratively and literally physically in the war. That's what they should be doing. So that Naruto, Sasuke, all of them shouldn't have to be burdened with a 1v50 as they're fighting Obito and every Claw Grind minion at the same time, or whatever. Like, so Naruto does that correctly. Yes, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, they're technically testing out their new Sannin summonings or whatever, and like Sasuke spamming Amaterasu or whatever. But the idea is that when Naruto, Sasuke, all of them, they are fighting Jubito, Kiba isn't helping them. They're not fighting alongside Kiba. Kiba isn't as important to the fight as Naruto and Sasuke. Kiba's off doing his own thing, fighting the Tintails fodderman. I don't even know if that's actually happening at the exact same time, but like you get the idea. Yeah, it doesn't even really matter for the analogy. It's just to get the point across.
Well, also though, to make it worse, when they do the Tintails minions thing, so like Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, they're actually fighting bigger Tintails minions. There's actually two different sizes. There's like the Tintails minions, and then there's the really big Tintails minions. Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura are dealing with the bigger ones. The ones that like Kiba never fighting.
You're not wrong. You're also very far away.
And they're getting the stronger.
Yes. But
Naruto's easiest warg fight. It's stronger than Kiba's hardest.
Exactly. We can't use the Mamushi's weaker than the other Shinju excuse when Mamushi has consistently been shown to give base Boruto a hard time. And that's the problem, though. With base Boruto, well, to be fair, whereas you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I still think people overinflate that first instance. But that's besides the point.
No, I'm actually using the second instance too.
Okay.
And it's not to say that I actually have a third thing after this, but
okay, you're also far away from your microphone, so I will say that.
Shouldn't seem like I'm far away, but I'm not far away. But regardless, we'll be back downstairs in a minute anyway.
Okay.
So, I'm not saying the first instance or the second instance or my third thing I didn't write down means that Mamushi beats Boruto. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, when I make this, especially in the second instance, because it's the same invasion, by comparison to what happens, is what we're looking at.
Yes.
So go ahead and put your thing back on the Discord.
Okay, you're back. Let me put that down, and let me turn you down, and alright, audio should be balanced again.
I think I know why. For some reason on this one, it keeps switching the... I don't know, it doesn't matter, you don't need to understand. Alright, anyway. So, Mamushi has consistently been shown to give base Boruto a hard time, with base Boruto proving himself to be very strong. Stronger than Code, stronger than Sage Mitsuki, and stronger than Kawaki, and so on. And base Boruto having a tough time fighting any other Shinju 1v1. Mamushi just does display relative ability compared to the other Shinju based on his clashes with base Boruto. So let's pause for a second. I'll go over. So Boruto's clashing with Mamushi, and then he starts to clash with Hidari for a brief moment. They each get a brief 1v1-ish before it becomes a gangbang. Boruto is being equal versus Mamushi, then being equal versus Hidari. We later see he requires help versus Hidari, suggesting that he isn't able to just easily beat him, clearly. So what does that suggest to you? Okay, when you see that fight, you're assuming they're all relative based off what you see. You're not seeing some drastic tiers worths of difference. They seem comparable. Now, about the lightning style jutsu, because I saw something in those comments. I didn't write this down. What did Boruto do? He used this thunderclap arrow. He didn't use purple lightning. Well, seemingly. He doesn't say what he used, I don't think. Maybe he did and I forgot, but he used like the thunderbolt anyway, we'll assume. What did he use versus Sage Mitsuki's snake lightning? Same jutsu, thunderbolt. Mamushi just kept moving on his attack. It stunned him for a moment. He just kept going. It didn't stop him. So, Chocho's punch is canonically at this point. At this point, we're getting canonical.
Well, base Chocho's punch
just obliterated Mamushi's head. Chocho's punch, base Chocho, not butterfly, regular ass base Chocho's punch,
not expansion
is
jutsu,
stronger than Sage Mitsuki's lightning style attack. This is worse than Araya. Because I remember Araya was stronger than like Chocho and Inojin, right? He was on a higher level.
Yes.
Base Chocho's punch. Not even freaking expansion jutsu. Yeah, maybe a bit slightly. It's not even like a giant hand. At the rate. It's so not expansion jutsu. I didn't even remember that she even got bigger because it's not even that much bigger. That punch is stronger than Orochimaru Speed Blitzing Academy Mitsuki's Sage Mode Lightning Style. You know the thing that made Steepa go down to one knee when literally every single jutsu under the sun couldn't do anything to him? Base Chocho's punch is stronger than that. Because remember, Boruto's jutsu did literally like nothing to Mamushi. This thing is blowing off his head. We have sunk that low. Okay, you don't want to use... Okay, but Ikimoto forgot. He changed his mind. Retcon. Yeah, but screw the first fight. Okay. Do you know what happens in the second fight? Let's go look at it. It's chapter 28, probably.
Okay,
let's go double check which chapter.
Can you share your screen and then you pull it up on your end?
I'll just share my screen, for a second. Then we'll switch over after.
That makes it so much easier.
All right. Is it working? Are you seeing manga right now?
Yes. Okay.
I think it's actually probably chapter 29. Before he uses his Byakugan.
We're about to find out.
Okay, chapter 28 was right. Why did I doubt myself?
I don't know.
Okay, so it's the one Mamushi. He makes a few. There's now 4. 2 jump down. Boruto kills one, and then he kills another here in a second. 1 jumps down, he kills that. All right, no, never mind. He doesn't even kill. Okay, so 2 jump down. He kills this one, and then there's 2 here. It's either the 2 from before or this one made another one. There's 2. Smack Boruto against the wall. Shoots fire style, and now he absorbs it with karma. So I don't care the context. Boruto knows this guy's right here. Even if one shoots out of this one, it's really no different than if like this one just moved forward. it's not doing anything faster. So Boruto knows he's there. He was looking down. He saw him. All it takes is 2 Mamushis to slam Boruto against the wall and on the ground. It doesn't defeat Boruto. That's not my point. 2 Mamushis. Knocking him against the wall. Okay, the landing hits on him. They did something. And 4 Mabushis can't even touch Chicken Eye and JoJo. This double. So okay. So Chicken Eye and JoJo, it's a team effort. All right, 4 Mamushi's team. Divide them. 2 Mamushis each. 2 Mamushis versus Boruto on the ground. 2 Mamushis versus Chocho. Here, let me, the pictures speak 1,000 words, right?
I want to try and defend it, but I just can't.
Oh, by the way, this isn't even expansion jutsu. I was right.
The point is, if you can't tell,
okay, no, oh
then
my
it doesn't
god,
matter.
bro, putting this in mistakes. Ikimoto's depth perception's the worst. Look at him, Ori. This isn't expansion jutsu, Chocho, because Mamushi's the same size as her.
Yeah.
Why is Himawari so small? I understand she's probably in the background, but when you have the speed lines here, no, it just looks like Himawari used Sukuna Hikona. This is going in 2 places. One, Himawari, Sukuna, Hikona, and then an intro pictures.
So not mistakes?
Himawari, Sukuna, Hikona. Oh, whoops. Those mistakes was what I meant, not memes, but whatever. It's going in all 3 now. First mistakes.
Please do
Himawari, Sukuna, Hikona. Why not?
I love Nara's Hikamaru.
Oh, it's the best thing ever. Yeah, so 1v1 here, by the way. I mean, it's just like, bro.
Why doesn't Boruto do that?
Exactly. This is Boruto. So it's just like, all right, let's give Boruto credit. A 1v1, he can do it too. Great. We're giving Boruto so much charity at this point. Okay, so the best Boruto can do now is just be on base Chocho's level. That's his best. That's the best interpretation I can give Boruto. It's equal to Chocho.
By the way, I know it's really serious. Should we address the people that are saying why Boruto absorbed the fireball? If you want to give your interpretation, or do you want me to go first?
You can go ahead and go first. I unshared my screen if you want to go back to yours now.
Personally, I don't think Boruto absorbed the fire because he's worried about that building in Konoha burning down, because he's such a loyal member of Konoha. Oh, woe is me. You better activate your karma to stop the burning building from burning down. Oh, you just gotta stop that building. Yeah, that's priority over Mamushi, actually, in fact. That's why he activated. So no, I don't think that's why he activated it. Likewise, I don't necessarily think he activated it because he's being pressed so hard. If he just didn't activate it in that moment, he was gonna burn to death like he's Jigen. It was insta-GG. The fight was over. Boruto lost! He had to activate his final trump card against Mamushi. I don't think it's that either. I think it was just...
I completely agree.
Exactly. I think it was just his counter to the jutsu. It was the easiest thing he could have. It's similar to, assuming this is what actually happened, it's similar to Orochimaru raising the Edo Tensei coffin to block Hiruzen's Shadow Shuriken jutsu. It's the same thing. He was just countering the jutsu, and he did so effectively.
Yeah, so, and I'll add on, the reason why Boruto would do this counter in this case is he went into this fight planning to use Karma. He already did the Momoshiki deal. Karma was on the table. Now he's got to choose to fire it at him. He's on the ground or whatever. Yes, he's going to absorb. Boruto could have used Flying Raijin and just, like, disappeared to a new location to dodge that. It's not like he had absolutely no option. But he's on the ground, the fireball's coming at him. This is the counter he's using because in this case, there's no downside. Just do that.
Gives him more chakra.
Yeah.
Activates the karma.
But I mean, obviously Boruto would want to protect the environment, but that's not why he did that. He did it because he got a fireball shot at him.
Exactly. Like, the story would have obviously emphasized it if that's what they were going for. Boruto would have been like, oh shoot, as he sees the building on fire. That's not what they're doing. They're not firing it at the building. They're firing it at Boruto. This matters because in the latest chapter, chapter 31, when Mamushi fires the fire style at his own clone, it's not hitting the building. It's only hitting the clone. He can, at 200 clones when he's lost 4% of his intelligence, he can still aim it accurately to hit just the person and not the building behind him. Yes, Boruto is technically touching the building. We're going to
continuously do the 4% thing to people who have no idea what we're talking about.
Yes. But they're not being like, Boruto's like, oh no, not the precious village. I'm a Konoha shinobi first and foremost. I have to protect the village. They're not having any on-the-nose dialogue. Not that it would
the only one who's saying that is Jura off screen.
Exactly. And Boruto's not doing it in reaction to the building being on fire. He's doing it in reaction to Mamushi firing the jutsu at him. The building just happened to be behind him. It just doesn't work on, like, every front. And to be fair, I don't think Boruto necessarily... It's not that he doesn't want to activate the karma. He chose to do it. He willingly did it. But he doesn't like activating it. He says it causes him to be distressed or whatever, the itchy feeling that Kamui hates.
Yeah.
So he would
that would suggest he'd rather just not use it if he could. So it does suggest that he kind of does generally need... Maybe he doesn't bare bones need it at all costs, but, like, for the sake of this mission, he kind of needs it.
It's to say he would prefer to fight without it. Not that he's going to use it as a last resort. That if it's possible to defeat Mamushi without it, then he'll do his damnedest to fight to the death to not use it if he can. I don't think he's going to go that far with it, but if he could easily
beat him in base, he will beat him in base. Just like you start the fight in base.
Exactly, yeah. Because that's the thing. He's not starting the fight in his Karma Seal. Why not? Exactly, because he doesn't want to do it. He just doesn't like doing it. So I think that's completely fine. I also think it was to absorb the jutsu, and then having the karma activated was just a nice byproduct. I think it's because Kawaki does this a lot. He absorbs jutsus without necessarily meaning to do it to activate the Karma Seal. He's just doing it to absorb jutsu. That's what he taught Boruto
you don't
in his
even have
training.
to. A lot of times it'll just be on their hand or something.
Yeah, like he did it instinctively in that one at the beginning of the code arc when he doesn't even have the karma.
Yeah.
So, I think it was just for that. But yeah. But going back to it, we left off like here.
Yeah. So
here.
Why would you be okay with it? All right. So it's consistently shown to me. Boruto's strong. Blah blah blah. Is relative. Okay. You then have Boruto needing karma for the first time. You can see if he doesn't need it, but generally needing karma for the first time in TBV for Mamushi. Kawaki using karma versus Mamushi as well. Post second upgrade, by the way. Sarada using her Mangekyo versus Mamushi, just like Ryu, losing her eyesight as a result, instead of just, butting them in base. Then you have Koji specifically hyping up and explaining Mamushi's abilities and how to defeat him, unlike any of the other Shinju so far. All these things clearly suggest Mamushi is on the same level as the other Shinju, if not greater, for being honest, but I'm not even going to go there. He's on the same level.
Yeah, I'm not
based
gonna
on
lie.
all those things. You can't have all those things and say he's weaker, because otherwise every character's retarded. Sarada's going blind over this, guys.
So, I'll give
She's
Ikimoto...
losing her eyesight for this.
Exactly. I'll give
stupid? I'm all for stupid Sarada, but how stupid do you think she is?
Yeah, when freaking Inogene's out here taking him out with no problem.
It's like... Yeah, so now we have Mangekyo Sarada being equated to Chocho.
Using her limited access use, wasting her Mangekyo on something she could effortlessly do in base, apparently.
Yeah, and I will obviously say yes. Sarada had like 13 versus 4. I get it. We're being a little bit extreme, but the fundamentals are the same.
Yeah. I do think that Ikimoto, for what it's worth, as much nonsense as a lot of it was, in comparison to this arc, he did a really good job with displaying the power-ups in the Sand arc. Nobody could defeat Ryu. We get the idea of where Ryu scales in comparison to everyone, including Sarada. Sarada gets her power-up, she fodderizes Ryu. You understand, not where it's specifically the Mangekyo scales, but you understand it's a good power-up, it's very high. Similarly with Kawaki, he gets his power-up, he goes to Jura, the guy who he just couldn't defeat at all before, let alone any of the other freaking people that are even weaker than Jura. You see Boruto has a lot of consistency against Jura. You see for a whole freaking chapter and a half how well Boruto's doing against Jura. And then you get Kawaki coming in, and you see where Kawaki does now. You get that comparison through Boruto as the quote-unquote measuring stick that Ryzen loves to throw in every other sentence. The measuring stick that Twitter abuses using now. but they do a good job, though. What are they doing here? Kawaki just got a second power-up, so he's even stronger than he was back then. And he's fighting the same people that Chocho is fighting. They're doing just as well.
Exactly. So our measuring stick is Boruto getting slammed into the wall, and then Chocho doing better.
Kamui did say that very far away. I agree.
I was right next to it.
You must not be changing your microphone or something.
I did change it for this so I could launch my hand to do the dish, but
Oh my god.
I don't know why
Well,
it's
something
quiet.
is wrong.
Yeah, I don't know why it's quiet. It doesn't know what we got.
Quiet as all heck. But ignoring that, I guess since you're very quiet, I'll just read more while you deal with your thing over there. Yeah. So instead of just bodying them in base, then you have Koji specifically hyping up and explaining Mamushi's abilities and how to defeat him, unlike any of the other Shinju so far. Okay, you did read this, yeah. And similar, it's not just Kawaki's new power-up in this this arc, it's also Boruto with his karma, as well as his sword. It's both. That matters. Sword power-ups matter. Look at Araya's sword power-up. Sword power-ups matter. So, there is also just that. Technically, I'm not going to count this, but if you technically wanted to count it, you have Himawari post Nine Tails training. For what it's worth, I don't think she got far, but she should technically be slightly stronger. I mean, she's not even like enraged like she was against Jura, so she might just be weaker than she was back then comparatively. But like, on
well, apparently she's stupid enough to Biju bomb the village.
You're not wrong. By the way, I'm sure it goes without saying, but we agree. Foretells Naruto fodderizes Mamushi, and it's not even close. You know, Tenchi Bridge Naruto? You know, the one that did the Biju bomb that obliterated the Rashomon gates?
Well, actually, I was thinking about it. When it comes to the beginner's luck first time Jutsu's used thing, the Four Tails Naruto one, as well as the Eight Tails one, are ridiculous, bro. That crater, I'm not saying it's as big as Pain's Almighty Push crater, but that crater is huge. That was a huge explosion.
You're not wrong.
Okay, I'm back to the other mic, and I can stay here for the most part, so.
Okay. Perfect.
You can probably put me to normal.
I think we're not close.
Oh, no.
Well,
I know we need to move along here.
Yeah.
Let's see, because somehow do 3 o'clock. So, yeah. So what's the problem? Team Ino, Shikacho, and Delta. They shouldn't be bodying Mamushi like they're just the Ten Tails minions when they've proven themselves to be Obito, Madara, or the Ten Tails. comparatively speaking, or Kabuto. We'll throw him in there too. Mamushi is the villain, not the minion. He's the villain of the arc, first and foremost. And he's just as much the villain as every other Shinju. If you want to say Jura is Kaguya, or Jura's Madara, okay, then Mamushi's Obito, the Ten Tails, Kabuto, and so on. He's Edo Itachi and Edo Nagato. The point is, he's one of the top guys, okay? He's not the White Zetsu. He's not even the third Raikage. He's like the best. He's on the upper end of these things.
Exactly.
So,
I think that'll be right.
Yeah, and it's and Mamushi and the Mamushis are all the real Mamushi.
Yeah. So there you go.
So then,
we got that.
We continue. Okay, so this isn't like that, but it continues. So it's all related. Two things. One, okay, but seriously, why isn't Mamushi just acting like the Claw Grime? Is that not the perfect example of a Shinju drastically losing its intelligence and acting on instinct? They literally make it a point that the Claw Grime just act on instinct, the same as the Ten Tails. The point is that the Claw Grime / Ten Tails act on instinct, and then the Shinju gained what? Intelligence. And then they surpass those instincts, though they obviously still retain the instincts, and they're fighting against that. But what makes the Shinju unique is that they have intelligence and can surpass those instincts because of that intelligence. If Mamushi loses his intelligence, and all that remains is his instinct, where does that get you? He should be just like the Claw Grime / Ten Tails. At 20 or whatever, he can be drunk, but at 200, he should be the Claw Grime, but stronger. Why isn't that the case? It just works perfectly for every reason under the sun. And not just based off that, but the narrative things they get into with the rest of this.
And we all know that Ikimoto is allergic to Naruto. He wants people to burn the series if he could. But, okay, he's ignoring the war arc. Sure. Yeah, I got this.
One of my favorite things about us is we know how to hyperbolize. It's just, and it gets more inflated. Next, we're gonna say.
So we get it.
I'm gonna say Ikimoto wants to kill Kishimoto to burn his house down.
But yeah, so Ikimoto hates Naruto. That's not his thing. Fine. He's ignoring it. The Claw Grimes are his thing. That's 2 Blue Vortex. He's wrote that. That's chapter 2. That wasn't even that long ago. So why isn't he using his own things? Sure, he's ignoring Kishimoto's things. He's ignoring his own things too. He can't ignore both. That's not how that works. We're running into the problem.
Oh my god, I'm crying, bro. I don't know what you said word for word was freaking hilarious. I'm gonna let you read this part.
Okay. 2. I encourage everyone to watch Kamui's super long Shinju analysis talking about each Shinju from like a year ago. It was on his YouTube channel, the Kamui Dimension. It was a good video. I'm gonna guess it was 47 minutes long.
It was something like that. It was like 40 whatever minutes long. I don't know how long it was, but it was pretty long.
He used a lot of Hunter x Hunter music. I listened to it while doing the dishes one time.
Bro, it was so good, dude. I was so glad. It was the time to do it. It was great. It was a good time.
It was very good. Yeah, so everyone go watch that video, specifically the Mamushi section, which Kamui did predict quite a few things about his character, and those have largely come true. One of which was the idea that Mamushi leaning into his instinctual side as a Ten-Tails more so than the others, with this being a narrative contrast to Matsuri, who failed because of her humanity. So, if Mamushi succeeds, Jura has tangible evidence to follow Mamushi's example. Paraphrasing quite heavily here, by the way. Mamushi's ability is literally the perfect encapsulation of this idea, as he gains tremendous strength via essentially fission, but without actually dividing, because rule-breaking logic, whatever, who cares for this point? Which is a Ten-Tails thing to do. So something that's actually really cool here, kind of narratively as well, Code split the Ten-Tails. That's why we have Claw Grimes, which is why we have Mamushi. Mamushi's ability is, in essence, to split the Ten-Tails. What he did is the same thing Code did, and it's the same thing that gave them humanity. But in essence, Mamushi is losing his humanity when he does it, because he's losing his intelligence, become more instinctual, he's in essence reverting back to the Ten-Tails by splitting apart, which is how the Ten-Tails, in essence, lost its instinct in the first place to gain its intelligence. So it's kind of narratively ironic in a cool kind of way that I just thought of right now. But yeah. So
real quick, as a possible rewrite based on what you just said, this doesn't have to change literally anything else about everything. But hypothetically, you could, in this rewrite, have Mamushi's ability not be to divide the way he does, but rather to absorb the Claw Grime, and that therefore decreases intelligence, makes him more Ten-Tails-like, but instead of getting numbers, he becomes stronger. But the overall ability of his power would be equivalent, as it's just instead of 1,000 Mamushis, now there's a lot stronger Mamushi, but he's dumber. But it's just going to be one Mamushi in that case.
Interesting. I do have another idea as well, going sort of off that. I sort of had this idea earlier too, I just didn't say it. I don't know how we get there. Ignore the plot, in-universe, reason, explanation for now. We just get there. The idea is the Shinju are literally the Claw Grimes. Code made too many Claw Grimes. They're all stupid. They're all operating based on instinct. They're basically Mamushi's ability. As the Leaf Village and Boruto cut down the Claw Grimes and Team Mino Shikacho, they became more intelligent and stronger and became...
Ooh, that's why one awakens the Rinnegan when it does.
Exactly, and says the Otsutsuki thing. That's exactly why, yes. And so that's how you get to the unique individual identities of the Shinju that we have now. Eventually, they killed all, but they couldn't kill the last 4 or 5 or 6 or however many Shinju you want there to be. If you want Ryu to be included, maybe the Ryu could be afterwards through the Soul Thorns, whatever else there. But I like that idea at the very least. Maybe the Rinnegan Otsutsuki saying one was Jura. Could be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. Yeah, definitely. That one should be the Jura one. But
Yeah.
I do like that premise. And then when Mamushi does it, you can even visually have him start to look more and more like the original Claw Grime. Make the power scaling, you don't have to do that, but make the power scaling in such a way, though, that obviously he doesn't become fodder Claw Grime when he does this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Obviously, this is weird to do because Boruto...
Well, actually, real quick, I say that, but that's what Ikimoto's done, so I guess you don't have to change anything there.
That's funny. I guess in universe, 2 different ways you can make this work is Boruto just doesn't cut down the Claw Grimes. He tries to tell a village, but the village omnipotence hates Boruto, so to spite them, they're trying extra hard to kill him. You either do that, or you just have Koji meet Boruto slightly later, and or don't have Koji tell him this for whatever reason, to where Boruto doesn't know if you kill the Claw Grimes, they get more intelligent or whatever. Or Boruto could have just had the original idea as well. Try and kill all the Claw Grimes all at once to prevent this idea from happening in the first place, and he just failed for whatever reason. Lots of ideas.
Yeah, and obviously killing the original Ten-Tails can just kill all of them or whatever he needs it to do, but...
Yeah.
So you can still have a similar goal there.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a cool idea.
I think so, promise.
Okay.
But anyway...
Yeah, so continuing on.
It's efficient, it's a Ten-Tails thing to do. but at the cost of its intelligence.
Yeah, we got there. We got
You
all
see that?
that.
Okay.
Which is a 10 tells things to do, but at the cost of his intelligence, which makes what makes the Shinju unique, leaving only his instincts behind. Perfect for my narrative analysis / prediction for Mamushi's character and what it represents for Jura and the story. Wonderful idea! I love it! So what's the problem? Like most things in Boruto, the execution / payoff. One thing I'll say is that one of my favorite parts about this latest chapter was the one, like, wicked Mamushi face. You know the one.
Oh, yes, bro.
Like, fires, though.
Like, I mean, it's such a meme, but like when Mamushi sees Ada, or when Mamushi makes the evil Mamushi face that kind of looks like his cartoon character or whatever, like these are the reasons we are hyping up Mamushi. Like,
yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's just us. Practically everyone, from what I've seen, not everyone, but a lot of people, a lot more than I expect, a lot more than usual, did not like this chapter. They've a lot of
it
people.
Seems like a lot of people are complaining about the power scaling thing, and I wrote this somewhere, but like, I'll just say it now. Search Mitsuki.
A lot of people have been complaining that not a lot happened in this chapter as well.
Yeah, search complaints, because I know I use that word in there for sure. Not that one. Go down, because down's older. It's here you go. I'll just read it again. The power scaling of this arc justifies all of our previous complaints, such as the Mitsuki one. It's not just us making things out to be something that they're not. It just is nonsensical. Like, it's one of those things to, like, where do you draw the line? At how many points you could say, oh, you're just looking into it? No, at this point, no. It just, you look back, no, it was. Our complaints about Mitsuki were justified. Because look at what they're doing now. What they're doing is actually technically worse.
Because
and if Ikimoto doesn't care to have Boruto's karma reveal be equivalent in Kawaki's second upgrade reveal to be equivalent to Chocho, then he doesn't care to make Mitsuki's sage mode make sense.
Yeah, because we're like the biggest Naruto fans of all time. We'll defend it to our graves, regardless of if it's good or bad. I feel like Boruto fans were like that too, especially in the Sand Arc, to where they're trying to justify it because they want it to be good. I can't blame them for that. So when we call it out as nonsense, they try and find a way to be like, well, it can be reasonable if you do this or that. I feel like we're at the point to where where we've crossed that threshold. Those people aren't doing that anymore.
Yeah. And obviously when it comes to that Naruto thing, I mean, again, you guys can keep in mind, we call out when Naruto makes no sense. We have a playlist on it for a reason.
It's our biggest playlist.
It's not like we've never said anything, even power scaling, didn't make sense in Naruto. We'll be the first to let you know. The difference is, at no point, even when you think about it, okay, the worst thing in all of Naruto is White Snake that never got away, right? And as much as that hurts our heart, at no point has that, like, ruined any arc of Naruto. You know, fundamentally, the worst things in Naruto have never been able to bog down everything else surrounding it that's just so awesome.
Yeah.
When you have the 6 out of 10 thing you're grasping onto for dear life is your final straw, the needle in the haystack, the Campbell's stump, I don't know, saying things that don't make sense now. When that's all you've got, the milkman's bag, I don't know, saying. When that's all you've got, Trippy's medicine. All you have is Trippy's medicine. And you're surrounded by... Okay, what I was going to say is so ridiculous, I'm not saying that. You're just surrounded by terrible things, okay? You're surrounded by abuse, cow manure, World War III. That's what you're surrounded by, and all you've got to latch onto is Trippy's medicine. I'm sorry, Trippy's medicine at the pharmacy that he never came back from is not going to make up for the cow manure and World War III and abuse in your backyard. Whereas the Naruto case, you're surrounded by the most glorious hamburger of all time, your best friend, your favorite pet, everything you love, you're in your favorite store. And in the background, there's just some seagull squawking, and they're like, okay, again, annoying seagull. That's the difference. It's not gonna bring it out that much. The worst thing in Naruto, it's not actually that bad. Like at the end of the day, we'll be the first to make it seem like the white snake not getting away is the end of the world, okay? But if we're gonna be objective, it's really not that bad. Okay, there's a reason it happened. We understand it.
It's the difference between going to a 5-star restaurant as a food critic and criticizing the hamburger for including lettuce, despite the hamburger being perfectly good, but you just don't like the topping of lettuce. As opposed to just going to a 1-star restaurant and just receiving a hamburger with rotten meat.
And you're like, well, at least the sesame seeds were fresh. Like,
meanwhile, the bun itself is moldy.
But the sesame seeds, the ketchup was fresh.
You can't just give it the benefit of the doubt. There's a clear difference between these two ideas.
Exactly. So we're gonna rant about them the same. Well, even though it's not gonna be the same way, because you can tell when we rant about Naruto, I feel like we have a smile on our face because we think it's silly, versus we're frowning at the ranting up Boruto. But my point being, we'll be the first to let you know if something makes no sense in Naruto. But again, though, Naruto's not, at least off the top of my head, maybe there's the example, but at no point in Naruto are you don't have the KCM or the Four Tails Naruto or Naruto's Toad Sage Mode being juxtaposed with Kiba and his mom defeating, any path of pain for that matter. We don't see Choji slamming the Asura path to death, like one-shot speed blitz GG. You're not juxtaposing the thing with randoms. You got, I don't know how else I can put this. Like, the freaking Prada Pat's taking on the whole Inuzuka clan at the same time. Stuff like that. It's just, it is not even the Taijutsu path. Fighting the Taijutsu clan here. And that's kind of the difference. You're not bogging down. And again, if Chocho were to, similar to the Ten Tails minions, every Konoha 12 ninja is revealing some brand new special jutsu they've got going on. If Chocho debuted her butterfly mode to the manga here, I wouldn't say it's good, but I could say, I see what you're doing. Chocho's she's not even using the expansion jutsu here, bro, okay? Man, she's really just raw dog taijutsu here. She is doing as nothing as possible. Him and Wari use Ant-Man jutsu in the background for some reason, and she's fighting the clock rhyme, the Mamushi jutsu. The fact that I'm saying the clock rhyme in the same sentence as Mamushi is a problem. I can't tell the difference. Honestly speaking, why is Chocho doing better against Mamushi, multiple Mamushis, than the collective trio of Team Inoshika Cho versus one regular clock rhyme? It's been a week. Does that not sound right? And Chocho has not done the Sage Mode Mount Miyaboku training. She has not done the KCM Unsealing of the Nine Tails training. She has not befriended Kurama. She has not done the Rasengan training that was actually a month, but the last stage was a week. I don't even know if Chocho's trained. They haven't even just said she's trained off screen. They haven't, Shikanai showed a new jutsu. I'll give you that. Chocho has not shown a new jutsu. I genuinely have seen, I see this before and after of power that makes no sense. And I don't even know if she's trained.
Kamui. Chocho hasn't shown an old jutsu. She hasn't shown a jutsu. She's running around like a civilian.
No, and I don't know what Chocho did to make this happen, but does that not sound wrong to you?
It's not that Chocho isn't using any unique jutsu. She's not even using her clan's techniques.
She's just not even using jutsu. She's not even using the shuriken jutsu.
Ben, if she would at least use Darius or whatever she was, I could say something. She turned into Rock Lee. She's only using Daijutsu. She's like, not even using a Kona. Leave Hurricane.
Ikimoto's doing his
literally
best.
doing the most civilian move possible. She's using what Teuchi would use.
Ikimoto's doing his best to use the most rancid sesame seeds on this rotten hamburger as possible.
I thought you were about to say Ikimoto's doing his darn best to turn this into Sesame Street. That too.
That makes sense. But back to the point. And honestly, if there is just a cutoff point that you want to do, I guess it's fine after running these, but...
I'll just see how much longer this is.
Okay, I think we're here.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll let you say that because I just said that long rant.
Well, you do 2 paragraphs.
God.
Down.
With some exceptions, such as maybe Boruto and Momoshiki, depending on where that goes. Some of Sarada's BS we've complained about, and some of Himawari's BS we've complained about, I think Two Blue Vortex generally works with awesome ideas. A lot of the narrative intentions do seem actually really good. That's why I've made so many Shinju and Ada videos, as well as many things with Kawaki I've planned out, and Amado as well. Even a lot of Koji analysis has been great to me. But time and time again, the execution is falling short. Either being dragged out by absolute nonsense that just bogs it down, or severely underwhelming payoff. Boruto seems to do really well at build-up. I'll give that to Ikimoto, as well as Kishimoto and Kodachi, duh! Even in Two Blue Vortex, lots of things have good build-up, but the payoff consistently just sucks. I'm genuinely trying to think of a payoff I actually straight up liked, with no catch behind it. Maybe it's because every single character arc gets its main climactic part wrapped up in less than a chapter. We don't marinate in anything. We do it, but as little as possible. It applies everywhere. It's all just so rushed. And most of these things have lots of build-up.
Mitsuki's character switch, great. We do it, move on, no time to sit with it. We're not doing a back and forth like Naruto talking to Obito, with Obito having doubts, then pushing forward, then having doubts, then pushing back, then having doubts, then pushing back until he finally gets in. And even then, his character arc continues as he stabs Madara, and continues when he decides to save Naruto, and continues as he sacrifices himself for Naruto and Sasuke, and continues as he gives Kakashi chakra from beyond the grave for EMS, or for DMS. Gaara has lots of internal turmoil about his past versus Naruto in the fight, and continues to ponder on everything, even in the Sasuke retrieval arc, and even in Shippuden. Neji has much more back and forth versus Naruto in the finals. It gets further solidification in Sasuke retrieval arc, and so on. Yeah, I know, maybe I'm speaking too soon with Mitsuki, but like, what's he even gonna say or do as it pertains to this plot thread at this point? Everyone who matters is already on the Boruto bandwagon. That's to say that it's not like Mitsuki's gonna have to like convince other people to join. Yeah, he can convince fucking Kobu. I don't care. Kobu's not the last person who's gonna switch anyway. And it's not like Mitsuki has that much to be tempted back and forth on in that regard. Yes, he can have a great identity solidifying moment later on, but that's separate from any Boruto versus Kawaki Sun stuff. It just happens real fast, it gets brushed off. And he's by far my weakest example that I could list.
How about, I don't know, a final battle that lasts more than 3 seconds? I love that sentence. Boruto and Ko versus Hidari is less than a chapter. Boruto and Kawaki come back versus Jura is less than a chapter. Sarada Mangekyo versus Ryu is like 3 pages. God. Matsuri one-shot, etc. Like, when are we ever gonna get a final confrontation that lasts for more than 1 minute of anime time? Let's start there. Do you want me to read the next chapter? Or next paragraph? Ada friendship thing? Again. Over and done with instantly and brush past. Yeah, they can still do some stuff, but that was the big reveal. I don't remember Obito's face reveal being over and done with in a third of a chapter. Had a full chapter backstory, then several chapters of everyone just dealing with the fact that it's Obito. Nagato gets a whole tree conversation. Ada doesn't even get an actual backstory, bruh. LOL. Don't even need to talk about Juro leaving at every possible opportunity when things could happen. Himawari believe in yourself character arc in 2 pages. Inojin why I'm a ninja moment with absolutely nothing before or after to make us care about the words he says.
Before, during, or after.
Yeah, because he didn't experience Inojin's ninja way at any point when, like, Shuyuka said they could have done a freaking 5-page flashback showing us why that's Inojin's ninja way, etc. Boruto's scar being the most anticlimactic thing ever, etc. I can at least say the prophecy tried to act like a spectacle, even if I hated it, and it was super rushed.
Alright, I'll do the next part. So, I thought of this after the fact. I think the number one best payoff I was happy with, as far as like
Yes.
Two Blue Vortex,
Yes.
is Matsuri versus Konohamaru.
Yes.
That's the only one that I narratively feel like I don't, at least just off memory, that I just don't have any complaints with. You could feel the emotion there. I can list 10,000 of those moments in Naruto. Boruto's part 1 had plenty of good ones too. And we get 1 for 2BV, Two Blue Vortex. 1 good execution, but so many pretty damn good narrative ideas. Payoff is Ikimoto's struggle. I don't need to hear the letter after N, the letter before F's, be patient excuse. Telling me to wait only makes it worse when the payoff isn't good. Because remember, the longer you wait, you're kind of hyping up a bigger payoff. That just kind of is how it is. Not necessarily 100% that, but generally speaking, the longer you push the reveal, you're kind of making it a bigger build-up. Like just by nature doing that. By dragging it out.
I love how inconsistent you are with calling this person out. It's like sometimes you'll just name drop them directly, verbatim. Other times you do your wishy-washy half foot in, half foot out thing where you say anything but it.
To be fair, I think it's funny to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
To be fair, with every Twitter post I see, I just feel like he's not answering us.
But he is addressing us.
Exactly. Well, there is that one where the Ikimoto forgot one. It's like, we didn't say any of the other ones, but Ikimoto forgot. Oh, we are going to die on that hill.
I hope that's a thing that's caught on because of us.
Well, honestly, I wonder if it is, because I've never heard anyone say it before we did for my freaking Discord name. You know, it doesn't get more Walky Talky than that. I also was doing that as a meme in my videos long before doing it on the podcast too. Like, I have the saved edit of Ikimoto shrugging his shoulders like Ishiki.
That's true.
That took me way too long to make.
He did.
I did it for Shikamaru too. I also think I might have a Kishimoto forgot one too. But
yeah. I was right. We really did blitz through these past couple paragraphs. Turns out we're done. I thought there was more, but no, that was it. So.
Well, that's...
Well, speaking of Ikimoto, I know something else about Ikimoto. It also begins with F.
Yeah, dude. And it doesn't rhyme with Fabrino. It rhymes with failed.
Oh, God. Not gonna lie, I'm half ending stream here because I'm curious what that bad thing that you didn't want to say